That works for me. That evens everything out.
How does the allergy affect you?
I get really scratchy. I start to get inflamed. The iodine that's in. I guess that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I'm
No,
allergic
that's a
to.
serious allergy. Then the Piriton won't work. Nah.
No, I'm
That's a
okay.
serious
You know what? The crazy thing about it is that I grew up not knowing I had an allergy. And I'm from Louisiana, and that's a big thing in the South to, have crabs, seafood.
Yeah.
And I was eating crab and shrimp and just hacking and coughing. And they were like,
Oh,
they're like, you're not going, we don't have anything else to eat, so you got to eat this. So, I was just eating gumbo, and and I was just, just really getting, um, really, irritated. But I never knew because we were just raised. Hey, whatever you put in front of you, you better eat it because that's that's all you're gonna get.
yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It was good. Why it lasts? Although I was allergic to it, it's amazing food. So,
So, when did you discover you had an allergy? Was it as an adult?
well, I had some, and I had a reaction, and someone said, "Hey, you may be allergic to this. Go get checked out. See if you
Yeah.
have an allergy for it." I'm like, "Okay," and I just went and checked, and like, yeah, you have an iodine allergy, so you can't eat that no more.
Oh
And I guess as
no.
you get older, maybe it gets worse,
Yeah.
because I was able to deal with it when I was younger. I just had a scratchy throat and just irritated a little bit, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I began to have more, I guess, um, serious reactions when I got older.
I'll tell you
Puffy
what I'm
eyes,
allergic to. It's yeah. That's the serious allergy. But I'll tell you what I'm allergic to, and it's weird. I was not allergic to it at all growing up or anything, but I'm allergic to Maltesers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is it
When I
the hazelnuts in it? No.
No, I could have hazelnuts and I'm fine, but
What's
just Maltesers.
yeah, but what's the ingredient in Maltesers you reckon that you might be allergic to?
I don't know. I've got no idea at all. I eat nuts. I'm okay. But when I have Maltesers, my ENT swells up and it's itchy. I have to drink water or eat something else to, get rid of it.
Let's have a look at
But
the
like what Gaslight said, it's getting worse as I'm getting older.
Maltesers ingredients.
But when I have super malt, I'm fine with super malt.
Ingredients. Let's see. Maltesers.
Maybe it's just the combination of the ingredients.
Maltesers are composed of a crunchy honeycomb center coated in milk chocolate consisting primarily of sugar, skimmed milk powder, cocoa butter, glucose syrup, and barley malt extract. So
Mm.
they are suitable for vegetarians, but they contain allergens,
Oh,
including milk, gluten, barley, wheat, and soya. So
maybe it's the barley. I don't know.
maybe something. Yeah.
Or maybe because it's a combination of a lot of allergens.
Could be. Yeah. Could be. Cold.
The thing I'm allergic to is Bible pages. I can't. I can only read the Bible on my phone now. I can't not turn. I get convulsive when I start trying to turn pages. I can only read the Bible on the phone now. That's it.
Oh my goodness. Lily's allergic to cats but has 4. Okay. So guys, yesterday the plan was to do this particular topic, and I can guarantee you that some way, somehow yesterday We didn't even touch it at all. We did not touch it. So today, I want to touch it. I want to talk about it because that's just the way that I have decided to, one of the ways that I want to do whatever it is I do here is to speak specifically about some certain people and how they impact on the average Christian, the average believer. And for us from the outside looking in, it's like, for me, I don't know about you guys. You may not know about, but for me, every time I go and have a look at what these people are doing, I can't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't. I'm trying my best, but I don't understand it. But yeah. So for those of you who do not know who this person is, let's have a look. Right.
Afro, I've got a prophecy.
Prophecy. Okay, go deeper, Mama. Go deeper, Mama.
The next pastor in Roy's ministry is going to be Blessing Okoye.
Who?
Blessing Okoye.
Who's Blessing Okoye?
Blessing, fake cancer scammer girl.
Oh, Lord. Oh my goodness. What kind of prophecy is that? What kind of prophecy?
Tanto DK as one of his pastors. Blessing Osunjoy.
Is her name Okoye? What did you say her name is Okoye?
I'm sure. It's not Blessing Okoye. Yes, Blessing CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Is her surname not Okoye?
I don't know. I don't know her surname. I have no idea what the surname is. Oh God. Can't stand that human at all.
Oh, sorry. It's Okoro.
Okay. Okoro. Right. Ish. Anyway, back to him. His name is Jerry Eze. I've spoken about him time and time again, but I don't think there's ever enough said. Jerry Eze is a Nigerian Pentecostal pastor, the founder and lead of the he is the lead pastor, of the Streams of Joy International and the convener of the New Seasons Prophetic Prayers and Declaration, the NSPPD, an online digital prayer platform on YouTube. He was born on the 22nd of August, 1982. He went to high school. Then he obtained a bachelor's degree in history and international relations. Then bagged himself a postgraduate degree in business administration. So, a degree in history and international relations and a postgraduate degree in business administration. After his education, he worked as a communications specialist with the World Bank Project for HIV and AIDS and the United Nations Population Fund before becoming a full-time preacher, a full-time pastor. So let's break, as soon as you finish working with the World Bank and then straight up into becoming a full-time pastor. So, well, he started his ministry in 2009 at the university. He founded and began the Stream of Joy International Church. And following the COVID-19 pandemic, he started an online prayer session called the NSPPD on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And in 2026, he rolled out grants worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for young entrepreneurs. Yeah, because of course he is the highest paid YouTuber in Nigeria. As far as Nigeria is concerned, he's the highest paid YouTuber. But it's what he does online that I'm trying to figure it out myself. I'm trying to understand it. So now you guys have heard it, and I'm going to apologize in advance. It's very noisy, but
The fashion of his countenance was water, as Jesus prayed, and the fashion of his countenance was water. My Father, whatever needs to be altered in my life for the new year to arise, to emerge, to by your glory, altar, change, shift, by your glory, whatsoever that is not of you, let it be altered, let it be altered, let it be altered, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, right now, by your glory, by your glory, by your glory, by your glory, whatsoever that is not of you, let it be broken.
So during the pandemic, these were the prayers that were being prayed like this. Of course, it didn't bring the cure to, the virus at the time, but after then, people still carried on, and now it's the craze. What exactly about these prayers is it that people, go and listen to? I don't know. So what I want us to do is just to listen to some of the claims of the people that say they have received what they call miracle or whatever. And some of them are quite disturbing. Give me a minute. Where is it?
Has said triple negative breast.
Okay, this particular one, this one got me. This particular case says,
Please, I don't know the man.
Over to April for what our great God cannot do. I'm sure you cannot wait. I can't also wait. Sense of God. Let us hear some things and some testimonies
Are
of
you
what
guys
Jesus did
here,
for people
okay?
like you and me. Listen, tomorrow is the first of the month. You don't watch later. You watch real time. People of God, take a look at what Jesus did for people like you and me. And when we come back, we'll eat of the flesh of Jesus and drink of his blood. Take a look.
My story started from 2009 when we went to my mom's village for an event. So my mom came from a village where there's a lot going on in the aspect of witchcraft. So we went there for a burial. A family member took me to, I don't know the place, I don't know the man before, I've never seen him. So we went to his house for protection against the witches in the village. When we got there, the man took me to the back of the house and he washed my head with water inside the pots. My head was washed, and that was the beginning of my problem. 2009, I was still a child. I was in primary 6. I noticed that if I'm in class, I would read something, and if I take my face away, I will forget. And if I'm holding my biro, I'll forget. I'll be looking for my biro. There's nothing I'm supposed to be thinking from as a child. So it's continued like that. I will just stay. I'm not playing.
As a child, you forget things. It's normal to forget things. But these people, because they believe in this spiritual kingdom and what goes on there, everything is witches, witchcraft, everything has to be spiritual. The witches are the ones that did it because they washed her head. So now this is titled Miraculous Deliverance from Serpentine Spirit. Serpentine spirit. A young lady, right? Hello, Dabiosa. Serpentine spirit. How did we get to this point? Anyway. Right, let's continue.
have serious headache. It was as if I carried a load on my head. Then I will have dreams. I will see myself eating in the dream, people coming to molest me sexually. I'll be in muddy water. I'll see snakes around me, dreams that make me so scared. So it's continued like that. We were now going to churches. I'm used to going to church, from church to church, different churches. So one day we're in a church and the pastor called me out and said he saw a big serpent on my head. It did the deliverance, all that, and it worsened. It did not go. Another church we went to, the pastor called me out, said, Serpentine, he saw me in the river, I'm a big serpent in the river. He flogged me with broom, flog on my body, like I was picking broom from my body. I had to stay in the church. He said I would stay in this church throughout the next day. That I have to do dry fasting. I did the dry fasting. It did not still go. It worsened. So fast forward, I had to bear all that. In the university, I knew my problem. I knew that my problem was not ordinary, but I didn't know the source. So in the university, I had to start studying before the beginning of the semester, because I know if I don't do that, I'm going to fail, because I was like a dummy. So I would study, I would practice and all, but God saw me through. I passed, I did not get any carryover. So fast forward to 2024, that was when I joined NSPPD through my husband. Every time I wake up to this man blasting LSPPD in my ear, I'll see which kind of prayer is this. My spirit will be irritated. I'll see this man should off this thing. I'll use pillow, cover my ear. I didn't know that it is that demonic thing inside me that is irritating. The thing is irritating the demons in me. I later got used to it. I didn't have a choice. So I started keying into the prayers. I started following Papa. Then that period, Papa would always say, Serpentine spirit, be reversed.
I raise a war cry over Serpentine spirit. Drop in anybody under the sound of my voice. By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, I announce, Lord of
I would say amen, amen. So there was a day
her husband would play this noise in her ears, but they've convinced her that it is the serpentine spirit inside her that didn't want to listen to Jerry Eze. Folks, what is this? Poor woman indeed, Lily.
in my dream, I was in the altar here. Papa was performing deliverance for people. People were falling under the anointing. So Papa called me out and he said, I reject every spirit of Serpentine in your life. Then I vomited a snake here in the altar. I woke up and I said, are you sure my deliverance have not started? And from that day, it was as if my life was filtered. The dream stopped. I could remember things. Like, I would keep something. Before I keep something, I would just forget. Now I can remember. In fact, the way I knew that my deliverance is finalized was last year, April, when I went to write my IELTS exams. After the whole exam, we went to another center for the speaking. So I myself and other candidates were talking about the reading part. And I could remember each number, the questions on it, the answer. In fact, everybody was so surprised. They'll say, ask Rachel now. She's the one that's always remembering everything. Ask her. And I said, God, thank you. The headaches have stopped. The dreams have stopped. Like every negativity. Now, when I dream, I see myself looking at the clear sky. I see myself like good dreams. No longer dining with snakes, eating in the dream. All those things have stopped. Papa did not have to lay his hands on me. Papa did not have to pray personally for me, just from the phone. And I got this deliverance that have been terrorizing me. These people were terrorizing me for 15 years. I could feel their presence. In the night, I can feel their presence, the presence of these bad people. So I just want to say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Papa. May the oil on your head never run dry. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Hey. Lord. Hey, Sinire.
Afro, did she say she vomited snake?
In the dream.
Not in real life. I thought she meant she vomited it in during the deliverance.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Vomited it in the dream.
Can you rewind it? Let's hear it again.
Rewind it. It was the vomit in the dream, the snake that she vomited in the dream that made her stop and say, my deliverance has started, though, you know. And since
Sounds like it might be a metaphor.
A metaphor?
I beg, make we hear him again.
The snake might represent
I would
something
think the
else.
same thing.
No, it
Chance. I would
doesn't.
think the same thing.
It doesn't represent anything. It's an actual belief
Mm.
that you are possessed by a snake, a serpentine spirit.
I will show you the girl for just a few minutes, okay? I will take it off, but just so you can have an idea of who is talking. Okay, so let's see here.
Afro, she suffered some childhood trauma there, right? Or sexual thing. And there's a whole lot going on there mentally.
Okay, if you say so. I mean, I just
happened to your testimony. People of God, last day of the month, you cannot be too strong to keep your testimony. Send in your video testimony before April comes. There are still things ahead that God wants to make happen in your life. Send in your video testimonies immediately to this number 08055818653. I repeat, send in your video testimonies to this number 08055818653. And if you're sending from out of Nigeria, because you're still at the code +234 8055818653. I repeat, send in your video testimonies to this number 08055818653. And if you're sending from out of Nigeria, because you're at the code +234 8055 818653. Remember, your testimony, it is you making an announcement that there is more to come. When the 9 lepers came back, one leper came back, Jesus asked them, where are the 9? What real time? People of God, take a look at what Jesus did for people like you and me. And when we come back, we'll eat of the flesh of Jesus and drink of his blood. Take a look.
My story started from 2009 when we went to my mom's village for an event. So my mom came from a village where there is a lot going on in the aspect of witchcraft. So we went there for a burial. A family member took me to, I don't know the place, I don't know the man before, I've never seen him. So we went to his house for protection against the witches in the village. When we got there, the man took me to the back of the house and he washed my head with water inside the pot. My head was washed, and that was the beginning of my problem. 2009, I was still a child. I was in primary 6. I noticed that if I'm in class, I would read something, and if I take my face away, I will forget. And if I'm holding my Bible, I'll forget. I'll be looking for my Bible. There's nothing I'm supposed to be thinking from as a child. So it's continued like that. I will just stay. I'm not playing. I will have serious headache. It was as if I carried a load on my head. Then I will have dreams. I will see myself eating in the dream. People coming to molest me sexually. I'll be in muddy water. I'll see snakes around me. Dreams that make me so scared. So it's continued like that. We were now going to churches. I'm used to going to church, from church to church, different churches. So one day we were in a church and the pastor called me out and said he saw a big serpent on my head. It did the deliverance, all that, and it worsened. It did not go. Another church we went to, the pastor called me out, said, Serpentine, he saw me in the river, I'm a big serpent in the river. He flogged me with broom, flog on my body, like I was picking broom from my body. I had to stay in the church. He said I would stay in the church throughout the next day. That I have to do dry fasting. I did the dry fasting. It did not still go. It worsened. So fast forward, I had to bear all that. In the university, I knew my problem. I knew that my problem was not ordinary, but I didn't know the source. So in the university, I had to start studying before the beginning of the semester, because I know if I don't do that, I'm going to fail, because I was like a dummy. So I would study, I would practice and all, but God saw me through. I passed, I did not get any carryover. So fast forward to 2024, that was when I joined NSPPD through my husband. Every time I wake up to this man blasting NSPPD in my ear, I'll say, which kind of prayer is this? My spirit will be irritated. I'll say, this man should off this thing. I'll use pillow, cover my ear. I didn't know that it is that demonic thing inside me that is irritating. The thing is irritating the demons in me. I later got used to it. I didn't have a choice. So I started keying into the prayers. I started following Papa. Then that period, Papa would always say, Serpentine spirit, be reversed.
I raise a war cry over Serpentine spirit. I could never drop in anybody under the sound of my voice. By the power, the rest Jesus from the dead. I announce, let it be broken.
I would say amen, amen. So there was a day I was in my dream. I was in the altar, Papa was performing deliverance for people. People were falling under the anointing. So Papa called me out and he said, I reject every spirit of Serpentine in your life. Then I vomited a snake here in the altar. I woke up and I said, are you sure my deliverance have not started? And from that day, it was as if my life was filtered. The dream stopped. I could remember things. Like, I would keep something. Before, if I keep something, I would just forget. Now I can remember. In fact, the way I knew that my deliverance is finalized was last year, April, when I went to write my IELTS exams. After the whole exam, we went to another center for the speaking. So I myself and other candidates were talking about the reading part. And I could remember each number, the questions on it, the answer. In fact, everybody was so surprised. They'll say, ask Rachel now. She's the one that's always remembering everything. Ask her. And I said, God, thank you. The headaches have stopped. The dreams have stopped. Like every negativity. Now, when I dream, I see myself looking at the clear sky. I see myself like good dreams, no longer dining with snakes. eating in the dream, all those things have stopped. Papa did not have to lay his hands on me. Papa did not have to pray personally for me, just from the phone. And I got this deliverance that have been terrorizing me. These people were terrorizing me for 15 years. I could feel their presence. In the night, I can feel their presence, the presence of these bad people. So I just want to say thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Papa. May the oil on your head never run dry. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Good day, my friend.
Not even the real life miracle. Her own is in the dream. She had the miracle in her dream that now manifested into reality.
What is a serpentine spirit?
Anna,
I've looked it up.
the same serpent that was in the Garden of the Eden, I've written and call him that one. That's the one that have been tormenting Nigerian women in the dream.
This is what Jerry Eze is teaching these people. Serpentine spirit.
I've looked it up, Afro.
Yeah.
And it says a serpentine spirit is characterized by traits of deception, pride, and manipulation, often manifesting through habitual lying, severe rebellion, and causing confusion or division. Individuals influenced by this spirit may exhibit immense pride, a fear of man rather than God, and a propensity to twist truths. Other signs include spiritual coldness, sexual perversion, or according to persistent dreams of snakes, water, or eating in dreams.
So everything that you read, what's all of that got to do with the serpent?
I don't know.
You see how they now demonize these innocent animals. And this is why a snake cannot, I don't like snakes. I do not like snakes. But I don't like snakes, not because of some serpentine spirit belief. No, I don't like snakes because it's just the way they wiggle. The way the thing just, I don't know what it does. It just does something to me. I can't describe it. Snakes and me, we don't, but that's just a phobia I've got for snakes. But here we go with these people believing that it's a serpentine spirit. How does a serpentine, anyway, you know what? I honestly don't know.
It's a spirit. It's a snake spirit, right? And these people tell us that animals don't have spirits, yet they pray against a serpentine spirit.
But the problem here is that a lot of people believe this. A lot of people believe in this.
Yes. Did you see what I sent you, Afro?
Let's see. Casting out serpentine spirit. Right, so let's see.
Look at all those pages.
Oh.
Dedicated to that. They're cashing out.
There's another woman here.
I never saw myself being with a masculine person.
Yeah, hold on. I saw you. I knew you were in there. You a sea serpent, aren't you? This spirit came in through some type of relationship. I know it did. I want to speak to the girl. You stubborn spirit. I'm trying to speak to the woman. I don't want to speak to you. The reason that it doesn't want to give me the information is because it has to go. Look, I'm going to make it really hard for you if you don't speak. So either you speak now or you speak in just a minute. Which one?
Wait, the serpent spirit can speak?
Let me deal with this demon. Move your feet. Come here. Who did the witchcraft? What has it done to her? Has it affected her relationships, her career? You've affected her career. She is giving prayers to the Lord, and he has heard her prayers, and that is why she is going to get set free right now. Every spirit that has been built up in her body is being broken down. Every serpent be destroyed and be brought low in the mighty name.
That's the thing. When you say serpentine spirit, and now you hear him saying every serpent destroyed. What is this? Are we just trying to destroy all the snakes that are...
And how is it that a serpentine spirit sounds like a goat giving birth? Like, isn't it supposed to be like?
Basically, they're all bent today on just feeding my imagination with this thing. You just want into, Anyway, let's hear the next testimony. It's like
NSPPDian, I'm here to say thank you, Jesus, for what He's done for me and my family. Last year, July, my son was diagnosed with Wilms tumor. It was also that last year that I joined NSPPD fully. Normally, I used to see that online, maybe when I'm scrolling through my Facebook, Instagram, just pass by, not fully a member. So that last year, my son was diagnosed with Wilms tumor. Our pediatrician, she was a fully NSPPD member, so she asked me to join fully. I said, okay. So
her pediatrician is an NSPPD member. Now the pediatrician is the one telling the patient's mother to join the Imagine if this was in the UK. If this was in the UK and a pediatrician is telling their patient, come and join me online when we pray for your... What would that tell you? It tells you that the pediatrician doesn't even trust in their own abilities. They don't trust what they're doing. And this is why they're, asking you to come. Something like this will not be allowed to happen.
You ever heard the book? I think Vessel know about this book. The vet, he came to set the captive free by this so-called Dr. Rebecca Brown, which is the pseudonym for Elaine Page or some name. The person was actually was at one point, a doctor, but she got fired for that same crap, telling people they're full of demons in the hospital, and she lost her license. That happened in America.
Reminds me of Dr. Emmanuel. Remember Dr. Emmanuel? During the pandemic, that's the Nigerian the woman doctor that stood on the steps there, I think, was busy talking about chloroquine.
Really?
Does anyone remember her? Anyone remember her when she was talking? They were saying chloroquine. Yeah, you remember her, Angela? Yes. Yeah, you're busy talking about chloroquine and Trump. He was backing her. Trump. Yeah, this woman started talking about demons and the spirits and all these things. Cuckoo upstairs. So anyway, this young boy has Wilms something. I didn't hear that. Okay. Yes.
After the surgery, they took what they brought out for histological, pathological tests. So when the results came out, my son was diagnosed with Wilms tumor. So I went for that surgery because I have not been constantly, I have not been an SNSPP, because I know if I have a member, if I have found my way on the altar of fire, that surgery wouldn't have hold. You always mentioned our case, Wilms tumor reverse, that throughout that last year.
Her son went to surgery because she was not a committed member of this man's prayer platform. If she had been a committed member of this prayer platform, that surgery would not have taken place. What?
That's child abuse.
I don't know. Sometimes when I'm listening to this, I'm like, what is going on? Am I the one who's...
The surgery was life-saving, no? I feel it also comes from ignorance, because these people think that having any kind of surgical intervention is a bad thing. Look at the way they demonize just having a C-section, something that could save 2 lives, the life of the mother and the child, and they demonize it. What about normal surgery? What?
This is crazy. Okay, you be in the chat. No worries. No worries. Please, if you are an NHPPGN, we would like to hear from you because this is dangerous. These things me I'm hearing, it's like it's crazy. I don't know. I just
Williams Tumor. If you want to walk, put it on the live stream. The devil is a liar. Oh, you know, let it be reversed.
This my child was 6 years old. He only transfused 2 times. His platelets never went down. People think that is a normal, let me just talk. But if you go for UNTH in Nugu and see how people are fighting for white blood cell, platelets, and other ones, through daddy's declaration and everything reversed. Eloy, he has been with me throughout, but this one, that he shocked the doctors when we come this year, February, for our checkup. They couldn't recognize him. They couldn't recognize my son. They were asking me, Mommy, Sean, where is your son? Where is Sean? And I told them, see Sean here. They were shocked, open mouth, and told them, he's Eloy, baby. Is Eloy, baby. Afflictions will not rise again the second time, not on me, not on my children, not on my husband, and not on my generation. And I'm here to give Eloy the glory for his sustenance, for his deliverance, for his healing in my son's life, and also in my family. Pastor Jerry Eze, the oil on your head will never run dry. You will grow higher and higher. And the Lord will keep sustaining you and your family. In Jesus' name I pray.
So the crazy thing about these testimonies, and which it needs to be talked about, is so someone else whose child is really sick hears this and think, oh, God saved and God helps that child. Then the next thing you know, they will go and when their own child is sick, they will come and visit Eloy and think that Eloy or Elroy, whatever, can heal them. But you see how she did not tell us how God healed her child. You see, she didn't tell us how it happened. All we heard was that Jerry Eze mentioned the case while he was praying. Wilm's tumor, and that was what healed the child. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Huh? I don't know.
Good morning, Pastor Jerry. I am recording this video from Lagos, Nigeria. I am that woman that God has shown great mercy. I've been trusting God for the fruit of the womb for over 10 years and 4 months, and God came true for me. I want to thank Dr. Olariwaju and Blessing Opara for introducing me to this fire altar. You know, Pastor Jerry will say women in their 30s, women in their 40s, women in their 50s. Take your baby.
Women in their 30s, women in their 40s, women in their 50s, women in their 60s. That desire to carry their babies over Kirana Sanama, the sound of your image. I am out. Take it right now. Take it right now.
And I need to receive it as if I'm the one Pastor Jerry is praying for. The year 2024, June 14th, Pastor Jerry said, you that woman looking at me, go and check. It has entered. And on the 16th of that same June 2024, I went to the hospital and I was confirmed positive. Pastor Jerry will say, how will you shout? How will you shout? Oh, I could not shout. I was just appreciating God. I was just referencing God. You know, when I got home, I started crying. Why was I crying? Because it was just the tears of joy. I want to thank God for coming.
It has entered. Rain. The baby has entered. Pastor Jerry is saying the baby is entering right now. And she's saying the baby entered right now. When I tell you, if you are a man, you have your wife was pregnant in this place, go and do a DNA. I've been saying this thing for some time because Jerry keeps praying these prayers where he will say, women, you're going to get pregnant now, while you're praying. I don't understand. Where is the baby supposed to come from? Where's the baby supposed to come from? Where's the baby supposed to come from? Oh, wow.
For me, I want to appreciate the name of the Lord. You know, the journey of 9 months, the first 3 months, there was nothing like morning sickness. Even during the pregnancy, I was just jumping about, running about, you know, forgetting that I was pregnant. But God kept the pregnancy. I took the pregnancy to 10th. God gave me a beautiful baby girl at age 51. Her name is Eliana. meaning God has answered. I want to appreciate this God for coming through for me. And I'm also praying for those that are still trusting God, that the way God has answered me, He will also answer you too. Don't give up. God's timing is the best. Just wait for His time. He will do it for you in the name of Jesus. Pastor Jerry, your ministry will not go down. Your ministry will continue to grow in the name of Jesus. What God cannot do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. What my Eroi cannot do does not exist. We dey pray, He dey show.
I'm here to testify to the goodness of God in my life. Last year, January 2025, first week, I saw like a small lump in my left breast. I went to the hospital to check it, and the doctor said, "Oh, any mass in the breast needs to be taken out." So they took it, and they took it for biopsy. Soon after my birthday, which was January.
Sorry, I just wanted to read a comment from Eliza. They said, and they won't say they had IVF.
They won't say it, will they?
No.
They wouldn't. And it's crazy. So, this one is, they say it's marital settlement. Marital settlement. Let's see.
Wedding. I am a living testimony. I use 1 month to plan for wedding. I was just
For people like you and me. And when we come back, we will eat of the flesh of Jesus and drink of His blood. Take a look. Take your wedding celebration.
I used to hear people testify on this altar that they use 1 month to plan for wedding. I am a living testimony. I use 1 month to plan for wedding. I was just looking. I was like, is this how God works? Before this time, 3 disappointments. 3 good disappointments. 2 months to wedding, it will fail. 3 months to wedding, it will fail. Before a cousin of mine now sent this link to me. She sent the link that I should be joining. Whatever Pastor Eze will say we should do, I will do. Whenever he has those in their 30s, those in their 40s, 60s, they should carry their evidence.
Women in their 30s, women in their 40s, women in their 50s, women in their 60s that desire their own spouse. So if your amen will turn down loud now, thank you, Lord.
I will shout amen.
So a 60-year-old woman praying these prayers, and she's desiring a spouse. She only needs to shout. She needs to just thunder what? Amen. And that's it. Take your own. Vessel of dishonor.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't you think we need to go there and go and shout out? Huh? We should go now. Go and shout. Okay, you know what? You're already taken. V.
After anything that will require me.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah, no. V, you're coming with me. Okay, you know
I
what?
cast and bind.
V, no. Okay, that's fine. V,
Why you gonna be taken by these Christian men?
Yeah, I know. Olu will come with me.
Can you imagine trying to have a good night's sleep, then your partner start playing this nonsense?
Olu will go with me.
Olu says she will shout for Ayamase, not for Elroy. That's my girl.
But you know the pathetic thing.
Queen Vivian. Queen Vivian, you see, this is why I love you.
No, Queen Vivian, no.
We will go and shout.
Shouting for a man. Shouting to get a man.
Imagine.
Shouting for a man.
I beg go.
Eliza, you see, Eliza is going to shout as well. Now, wow.
You'll get serpentine men there. Serpentine spirit men.
Hold on. When these people shout and they get the man, does the shout cover for the entire marriage as well, or just to get the man?
They'll keep
Get the man
shouting
now.
Hey?
One shout for the man, then they'll keep shouting to sustain the marriage.
Okay.
Husband located me in November that last year. Our traditional marriage was December 27th.
Waiting.
Her husband located her in November, and they got married in December.
How about now? No, now. Come on,
That
guys.
one is desperado.
Hey.
Desperado. These are the kind of women that will buy the wedding gown, pay for hall before even meeting the man.
Jerry Eze.
Guys.
You know something? A lot of women on this platform have actually talked about from the time Jerry Eze prayed for them to when they got married, 2 months, 3 months. This is a recipe for disaster. How do you meet somebody within 4 weeks and you're already married? How? You pray over the wedding dress.
My thing, Afro, can that track? Because me, I need tangible things that would help me in life. For example, we play lottery every week here. You know, that same energy, that same immediate results, can that be channeled into winning money? Or be material things are not godly?
No, but the same man who is praying for babies, marriage, serpentine spirit, he's praying for all these things. But when it is time to collect money, he cannot pray to his God for money. No. He now tells them, time to give. He collects the money from the people he's praying for. So, how's he going to tell you about the lottery?
Because for me, praying to have a baby without going through IVF is like a huge miracle. If he can do that, he should be able to just give me 7 numbers that will come out as the winning number. Like, that's easier than
it's not going to happen.
Having a baby.
It's not going to happen, because if he had the power to get that money for himself, right, he will not be collecting money from the people. Wait, hold on. Let me show you how they collect the money, right? When it is time to collect money, they don't joke.
Wait, on this YouTube thing, he's still collecting
every single time. Wait, listen, you will hear it.
Tomorrow the altar will be for you. Get on your knees wherever you are. I'm going to put together your seed of thanksgiving. With your seed in your hand, I want you to just say to God, these are the 3 things I desire for the month of April. And these are the 3 things I desire for the month of April. Open your mouth and tell Leroy. Open your mouth and tell Leroy. Open your mouth and tell Leroy. Open your mouth and tell Leroy.
You open your mouth. You put your money in your hand. Elroy, oh God, Elroy. See, I want baby, I want marriage, I want visa. Open your mouth and tell Elroy. This is
so then the person spending the money is helping you achieve that prayer point.
Now, if you go and look at the giving channels, they have complete channels for giving. There is Zenith Bank, the local giving Zenith Bank, Streams of Joy. The account number is there. International giving for Zenith Bank. That one is there. Then there is the dollar account, pound account, and euro account. That is just Zenith Bank alone. UBA, United Bank for Africa. The local giving account, that one is there. They are 027414681. That is just for the local giving. Then they have international giving for UBA Bank. Now, they also have the details for the dollar account in UBA, the pounds account. The numbers are here, 30044251010. Then there is a euro account, 300-442-5055. That is UBA. Now we have digital options. You can do bank transfer, Barclays Bank. That one, the account number is there, the sort code is there. There are other platforms that you can give. There is PayPal, there is PushPay, Zelle, and Cash.
Wait, he's taking Zelle? Now, wow.
It's all there. These are the giving channels. And YouTube Super Chat is the most used. Okay. Yeah, they give money through Super Chats as well. The money comes flying in different directions. So V, unfortunately, if you're waiting for lottery numbers, you won't get it. You can't get it because you see, the thing is, God can do everything else but provide money. He uses the money as a test for the believers because they say God loves a cheerful giver. So now your giving to God is also a statement to the God. He needs to see what your countenance is when you give God the money, right? And so he uses that as his. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If your pastor cannot pray to God, if he has all the powers, if he cannot pray to God to provide him money, but somehow he can give you babies just by telling you to shout, receive your baby. You guys,
But that's the thing. Don't Nigerians, like Africans that go to church, don't they want to become wealthy? Don't they want a stable, like people are suffering. People are suffering. A lot of them that are giving that money, like they're giving what they don't have. Don't they think to themselves, I hope this miracle will lead to some kind of financial breakthrough? It's always serpents, winch, people feeding them in their dream, man touching them in their sleep.
Okay, let's listen to that girl that talked about 1 month.
40, 60, they should carry the evidence.
Women in their 30s, women in their 40s, women in their 50s, women in their 60s that desire their own spouse. So if your amen will turn down loud now, take your run.
I'll shout amen. My husband located me in November that last year. Our traditional marriage was December 27, while our white wedding was December 29. Just 1 month. Just 1 month. People will say they use 1 month. I will say, is it possible? Now I know it is possible.
Last year, God used Papa to pronounce that if there is a marriage within 24 hours where you meet your spouse.
Take your new name. You'll be called by your new name. Married in 24 hours. In 24 hours. In 24 hours. Let there be a manifestation.
Which that happened to me. God used Papa. Last year, December, I met this man within December 7th. First week of December 7th, I got married. I am married. This is my ring, my marriage ring. Hallelujah. Praise be to God.
V, let's go.
A part of me sometimes don't feel sorry for these people.
No.
I try to be sympathetic, but I can't.
No, V, stop, V.
Because how desperate are you to find a man?
Do that. Where are the people that said they're coming with me? Eliza. Wait, there's Eliza. Who are the people that said they're coming? 24 hours. Husband in 24 hours.
That is sad, Afro. Because even that man that is married, that man can be stable mentally. You cannot tell me that the man that found that woman and proposed marriage in 24 hours is stable.
Rain, you're coming, yeah? Rain? Okay, good. Queen Vivian, you said you were coming, right? 24-hour husband. And then when this marriage, when it crashes, they will not come back to come and do the so-called testimony that they've given. 24 hours.
But people like that lady will stay in that marriage even if it's not working out well because it was ordained by Papa.
Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
Daddy, this is where I remain. Nothing can change it. Nothing can pull me out. I am now married.
I will talk about the testimony of my marriage during the 21 days fasting and prayers in 2023, led by Pastor Jerry. God did the miraculous. A friend of 8 years who had been in my life told me that God revealed in prayer that I was his wife. I had always prayed for a godly husband, and God fulfilled that desire. Glory to God. We began the...
This is the one that usually frustrates me. When God goes to tell somebody, that one then is your wife. The reason why this frustrates me, many years ago, when I was growing up, in the church that I went to, they believed in this, God must tell you who your spouse is. Then when God reveals it to you, this is what they used to use, God must reveal your spouse to you. Then you need to go and talk to the marriage committee. They need to approve that indeed, yes, this was truly God that told it to you before you can make a move. I'm talking about the man, the woman, the man is the one that will receive the revelation from God. But he would need to confirm it from the members of the panel. So a friend of mine, I remember, she told me, she said, God revealed to her who her husband is going to be. I said, oh, really? He has? Yes. Who? Me and her, we were in the youth fellowship of the church, right? We were members of the, what do you call it now? The leaders. We were, she was the music director. I was something else. Secretary, assistant secretary. And then this lady told me that God revealed who her husband would be in the future. I asked her who it was. She told me it was our youth leader, the pastor that the church has put to, in charge of us. I said, really? That's your husband? Yes, God revealed it to her. A few weeks later, the man was circulating his, his marriage invitation to his wedding. And the invitation to his wedding had nothing to do with this friend of mine. It had nothing to do with any member of the church. The lady came from a different place altogether. And I'm looking like, So, on the day of the wedding, because he is the youth pastor, they expected us, the youth, to be at, the wedding, to come and help with, different things. This lady who told me that God revealed that that's her husband, she sang at the wedding. It was, I'm standing there like, wait, hold on. In my mind, I'm like, wait.
But Afro,
how are you singing at the wedding of the one that God revealed to you that you're supposed to be marrying?
But Afro, she's already working on getting him singing by. Oh no. I broke her. I'm sorry.
Afro, come back.
Hey, she said, look, I'm gonna show how nice I sound, and I'm gonna do a spell in my song.
And wait, did the man know that God told this woman this thing? And did the wife know that this woman who's singing was told this?
One-sided revelation.
That's diabolical. The man who wants your husband is singing at your wedding. Wow.
No. The man God revealed to you is your husband. You're seeing it. Look, I was, see, I never said anything to her because for me it was, how is this supposed to happen? If God revealed to you that that's your husband, surely when they were busy circulating the flyers or whatever, the invitation, your God could have intervened at some point. And you know something, guys? If you see this man's wife, if you see the wife that he brought from wherever, gorgeous woman. Gorgeous. Listen, I would not advise him to marry my friend. I wouldn't, because they don't look suited at all. She was, whatever God told her that was her husband was really, really trying to embarrass her. She was, it was a bit too much for her. He was a good-looking man. He was a good-looking. I'm not saying my friend was a good-looking, but you just couldn't put them together. You just know. But then when you see the wife that he was married, oh, fantastic! It just looks so beautiful together. And she sang at the wedding. And from time to time, I go and look in her. I go and check her out on Facebook to see whether, the thing
Revelation came to pass, maybe.
No. So I really worry about these people that say, God told me that this one is my husband. God told me that this is my wife. What God? No, think about it, guys. God goes to meet people and say, hello. Gaslight.
Uh-huh.
You know that woman you saw walking down the street yesterday?
Yeah.
That's your wife.
The one in the
wow.
hijab.
Mm.
That's the one in the hijab.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah.
Marry her. Well, God does something like this. This is, you see how they make this their God look and sound ridiculous. The God has absolutely nothing to do with his time. Right? All he has time for now is to go and sneak in people's dreams. Some people tell it in their dream. God revealed their married partner in their dream. What?
He never did that for me.
Well, before, I'm sure he was about to before you walked away from him.
I saw a few on some poles dancing, but not in the dream.
Just as God was about to reveal to you who your partner was, you walked away from him. How this was go back.
See that one swinging on the pole? He said, "That's yours." I'm like, "Thank you, Lord."
Oh no, gaslight.
What?
God told one of the prophets to marry a prostitute. Remember?
That was was it Hosea?
Hosea.
Yeah.
God told him to go and marry a prostitute, and they should have babies. And those babies, God told him what names to give those babies. Right?
Yeah.
And he did all of that just to try and, to pass a message to the children of Israel.
Yeah, he was showing how the lady was Israel and how Israel was cheating on on him. Yeah, it was a whole story based upon the relationship of a man marrying a unfaithful woman. If you got time to use your whole prophet to do something like this, that's crazy.
Wait, is this actually in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here. Thank you, Kento.
And he told the other prophet to use human shit to bake bread.
No.
He is an abuser. Thank you, Kendall.
To use human caca to bake, like in the
To cook
Bible.
his food. Yeah, he said use it to cook it. And he had to do it in the open in front of everybody. He had to gather the shit.
But God changed his mind about using the shit. I think it allowed him to cook over it.
Yes, he was supposed to cook with it.
But God allowed him to cook over it. God said, okay, all right.
I have never known that to be in the Bible. I mean, I don't read the Bible anymore, but damn.
I'll find this. Wait, let me read
It's
this.
called Ezekiel bread.
Hey.
Ezekiel. Okay, listen to this. Yeah. Tarzan, you have come back. Where did you run to? Anyway, listen to what their God says. This is the message. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 1. This is the message which the Lord gave Hosea, son of Beri, during the time that Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah were kings of Judah, and Jeroboam, the son of Joash, was king of Israel. When the Lord first spoke to Israel through Hosea, he said to Hosea, go and get married. Your wife will be unfaithful, and your children will be just like her. In the same way, my people have left me and become unfaithful. So Hosea married a woman named Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim. After the birth of their first child, a son, the Lord said to Hosea, name him Jezreel, because it will not be long before I punish the king of Israel for the murders that his ancestor Jehu committed at Jezreel. I'm going to put an end to Jehu's dynasty. And in the valley of Jezreel, I will at that time destroy Israel's military power. Gomer had a second child. This time it was a daughter. The Lord said to Hosea, name her unloved, because I will no longer show love to the people of Israel or forgive them. Yes, can you imagine? God wants to tell the people of Israel that, look, I'm not going to love you guys anymore. But no, Hosea, you go and marry a prostitute. As soon as you give birth to the daughter, name her unloved. And that will somehow pass the message across to the children of Israel. What is this? What is this? Okay, so, but to show to Judah, but to show to the people of Judah that I will show love. I, the Lord their God, will save them, but I will not do it by war, with swords or bows or arrows or horses and horsemen. After Gomer had weaned her daughter, she became pregnant again and had another son. The Lord said to Hosea, name him, listen to the name him, not my people. Name him, not my people.
That's a sick man. It's kind of sick as hell.
Name him, not my people, because the people of Israel are not my people, and I am not their God. Hey, Dr. Papus, thank you. The people of Israel will become like the sand of the sea, more than can be counted or measured. Now God says to them, you are not my people, but the day is coming when he will say to them, you are the children of the living God. The people of Judah and the people of Israel will be reunited. They will choose for themselves a single leader, and once again they will grow. Yeah, chapter 2 talks about unfaithful Gomer. This is when she's unfaithful. She's unfaithful to her husband. And this is the one that God told her to go and marry. Let me look for the one that talks about cooking on.
No consideration for that child's upbringing. Like they will be bullied because of their name. No consideration.
No consideration for the prophet himself. All the time that he was married to her, she was still cheating on him. And this is what God wanted, because God says, the children of Israel, they don't like me. So this is just, I don't know.
What's your name? My name is Not My People.
Okay, so it's Ezekiel 4. Ezekiel bread.
I think one of his kids will name I'm a bitch ass God. I mean, what was it? I think it was. No, that wasn't it. Okay.
Where's Ezekiel? Where did Ezekiel go now? I don't remember where Ezekiel is. Oh God, I don't remember where Ezekiel is. Where did they say Ezekiel is again? Oh, okay. After Lamentations, Ezekiel, Ecclesiastes.
And for the scripture.
Yes, Ezekiel. I'm trying to find the book Ezekiel. Okay, I found Ezekiel. Ezekiel 4, 12, 15. So we listen to this. This is God telling Ezekiel. Okay, I'll read it. So Ezekiel 4, 12 to 15. It says, you are to build a fire out of dried human excrement. Actually, hold on. Wait. Okay, verse 9. Let me start from 1. Now take some wheat, some barley, some beans, peas, millet, and spelt. Mix them all together and make bread. That is what you are to eat during the 390 days you are lying on your left side. You will be allowed 230 grams of bread a day, and it will have to last until the next day. You will also have limited amount of water to drink, 2 cups a day. You are to build a fire out of dried human excrement. Bake bread on the fire and eat it where everyone can see you. The Lord said, this represents the way the Israelites will have to eat food which the law forbids when I scatter them to foreign countries. But I replied, no, sovereign Lord, I have never defiled myself. From childhood on, I have never eaten meat from any animal that died a natural death or was unalive by wild animals. I have never eaten any food considered unclean. So God said, very well, I will let you use cow dung instead, and you can bake your bread on that. And he added, mortal man, I'm going to cut off the supply of bread for Jerusalem. The people there will be distressed and anxious. Right. So God said you must use human shit the fire must be made from human shit.
But Afro, prior to that, he told him to lie on his side for a certain number of days or months or I don't remember. But he had to stay in that position.
390 days.
Right. So he couldn't get up to shit. He couldn't get up to wash. He couldn't get up to pee. He couldn't get up to do anything.
Well, he was butt naked, so he didn't have to get up.
Listen. Let me read this. Hey, hold on. Okay, let me read from verse 1. It says, God said, mortal man, get a brick, put it in front of you, and scratch lines on it to represent the city of Jerusalem. Then, to represent a siege, put trenches, earthworks, camps, and battering rams all around it. Take an iron pan and set it up like a wall between you and the city. Face the city. It is under siege, and you are the one besieging it. This will be a sign to the nation of Israel. Then lie down on your left side, and I will place on you the the guilt of the nation of Israel. For 390 days, you will stay there and suffer because of their guilt. I have sentenced you to 1 day for each year their punishment will last. When you finish that, turn over on your right side and suffer for the guilt of Judah for 40 days. Each day for each year of their punishment. Fix your eyes on the siege of Jerusalem. Shake your fist at the city and prophesy against it. I will tie you up so that you cannot turn from one side to the other side until the siege is over. God says, I will tie you up so you cannot wait. Then you lie down on your left, then I will place you. Wait, what does it say? When you finish that, turn over on your right side and suffer for the guilt of Judah for 40 days, 1 day for each year of their punishment. Fix your eyes on the siege of Jerusalem. Shake your fist at the city and prophesy against it. I will tie you up so that you cannot turn from one side to the other until the siege is over. Now take some wheat, some barley, and mix them together, make bread. That is what you are to eat for 390 days. You are lying on your left side. And then you'll be allowed 230 grams of bread a day, and it will have to last until the next day. You will also have a limited amount of water to drink, just 2 cups a day. You are to build a fire out of dried human excrement. Bake bread on the fire and eat it where everyone can see you.
That's crazy.
Anybody that can look at this Bible and still call it holy, they need to do a brain check.
Can you read Malachi 2 and 3?
Before we read Malachi 2 and 3, let's hold on. This is Ezekiel chapter 5. The Lord said, mortal man, take a sharp sword and use it to shave off your beard and all your hair. Then weigh the hair on scales and divide it into 3 parts. Burn a third of it in the city when the siege is over. Take another third and chop it up with your sword as you move about outside the city. Scatter the remaining third to the winds, and I will pursue it with my sword. Take a sword, chop off all your hair, your beard, then divide it into 3. 1/3, drop it in the city. The other third, put it in the outside the city, spread it outside. And then the third one, take another third as you move about the city. Scatter the remaining third to the winds, and I will pursue it with my sword. Keep back a few hairs and wrap them in the hem of your cloth. Then take a few of them out again. Throw them in the fire and let them burn up. From them, fire will spread to the whole nation of Israel. Are you people listening? Are you listening? God is saying that through Ezekiel's hair, fire will, let me read it again. It says, oh Lord, take a few of them out again, throw them in the fire and let them burn up. From them, fire will spread to the whole nation of Israel from the hair of Ezekiel.
Afro, my question to you is, have you ever brought this verse of this poop thing to like Christians who come on this platform? Because this is my first time actually hearing of it.
Yes, we have. They will tell you it's symbolic.
The shit is symbolic to something else?
They'll tell you, they will look for a way to spiritualize that particular verse. They'll tell you that there is a context. Context. So if you're not getting the context, sorry, you have to understand what the context is. What was God trying to say? What is the spiritual understanding of the text? This is crazy. God is telling you to cut his hair and spread it. It's crazy. Ooh. Now, let me do this puzzle very quickly.
Someone is asking you what is wrong with that.
What is wrong with what?
In the comment section. What's wrong with the chapters you just read?
Nothing is wrong with it. It just shows that your God is very jobless. Your God is very useless. Your God, he's just a clown. Because how is it? Your God looks down at a human being, tells him to shave his head, shave his beard, divide it up into 3 parts. One part, go and put it in the city. The other part outside the city. And the third one, put it in the fire. And through the man's beard, fire will spread to the whole nation of Israel. If that makes sense to you, no wonder you and that God, you're vibing together. You and that God, you're like together in this. You understand? Huh? Because you have to roll with this God. But if it makes sense to you, and listen, you guys, you and your God, you stay over there, go and do your thing. It's okay. In fact, there's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it. Nothing. In fact, it's the best thing ever for you. Beautiful. Maybe you will be the next one. God will tell you to go and shave your pubic hair. But please, don't bring it near our own cities. You understand? Take it to, whatever city. Just go somewhere else. Just can you imagine? When God tells people to go and shave their hair, God, I can't. No. It's just crazy. Okay, so let me continue with these people and their so-called testimonies.
Yeah, do they have people from outside Nigeria that have their own testimony, or is all people in Nigeria?
No, people from outside.
Okay.
Majority of them are Nigerians, but yeah, people from outside. They come and they come and share. Just give me a minute.
It's working. I have a good time.
Pastor Jerry, error. This phone has not been working for 3 years now. God of error, visit my home. Oh, look at this tablet. This tablet is 4 years now. This tablet has not been working. Error. Pastor Jerry.
This evening I was mad. I was contemplating on buying. My mother carried her phone. Came to this place. Put the phone. See my mom. What God cannot do does not exist. Oh, what God cannot do does not exist. Oh, we are about to see the TV.
The promo is still on. Guess what? The wonders of Eroy. This fridge has been down since February 2023. Eroy, everything is back. Everything is working perfectly. Everything is working perfectly. Eroy, what God cannot do does not exist.
This is my microwave. It has been working for years. I just started in my, you can see inside. It's rusty, Pastor Jerry. Hey! And I'm also a testifier on this beautiful platform. This one is working. When this one got back, I packed it. I bought another one. I bought this one. This one too stopped working. I went to this one, I brought it out. Pastor Jerry, look at the incident. Hey, my own is working now. This blender has been in the house for ages. I don't know. Hey, it's working. I have this electric cooker. It's working. The light is on. Hey, see my juice extractor. It's working. Where is the connection? Hey, Pastor Jerry Eze. Look at it. It's working. Oh, I have not finished my children's salvation. Oh my God. This one, the script is broken, but it's working. Let me show you the back of this one. It has, in fact, I carried it for repair. Look at this one. Hey, this one is for years. All this is for me. Let me show you the back. Here you go, Pastor Jerry. Everything is working in my house. Look at the back of this one. When I took it, they said it cannot work again. I should not trade it. But I own it now. It's working now. It's working. Hey! I have a cooker in my house. This thing has not been working. I've been managing my small cylinder. I saw people testifying from the various houses. I put my phone on top of my cooker. After praying, I just took matches and put my phone. Look at.
And this is it.
Hey, the thing starts working. This thing has not been working since. Oh my God. Jesus, I look okay. These are doing promo. Bonanza. Let me on it. Pastor, that is working now. This line is working. It's working.
Guys.
The God of technology.
The ring light is working. God fixed it.
God of technology.
God fixed the ring light. No, God fixed the ring light. Oh, by the way, you don't know that these people, God has fixed trucks, God has fixed cars, God has fixed toys. I've got them all here. Check my electronics. No thanks. No, I don't want God to fix anything that belongs to me. No. I'm not doing any checking at all. But this is the madness. Does God fix Rose? You mean he fixes inanimate objects? He has fixed my health. No. I still have toothache. If he can sort out my toothache, then we can talk. God fixed your dildo and it's functioning well. Praise the Lord. That's amazing. God fixes dildos. That guy is something else. He's just listen.
Papa, the Lord has done it. Oh, microwave for over 6 years. I've started working. After today's testimony, I took my phone to where my own was. Oh, and I say, what Eroy cannot do does not exist. Papa, microwave over 6 years. It has started working. Oh, Papa, see you. Papa, see you. See microwave working. Oh.
Promo in my household. These two laptops has been there. This one is 3 years now. This one is 2 years. I've kept them repaired, but no work. But look, all charged. Charging port was the problem, but no, all working fine, perfectly working fine. I just want to bless God for these goodness. No wastage this year.
See what the Lord has done. Oh, since 2015, my phone no come up. Oh, I have powered my phone. Oh, I must partake in this promo. The bonanza has reached my house. What can
A phone that has not been working since 2015. Since 2015. There's no need. There is no need. There is no need.
Why are they calling it a promo though? Like, why? That's the one I can't understand. Why is it a promo?
It's what Jerry told them now. Jerry told them what he's doing is promo.
Promo of Miracle.
Yes.
So there is a time, you know how promo has like a time frame? Then after that time frame, the promo is over. Then God stopped working.
Yes.
These people here, they are more too much.
So God, in this period, God has sent an angel down to fix the inanimate objects in the houses of the NSPPDNs. So you see. So this is the promo because
Angel will soon be going back upstairs.
If you have anything that needs fixing, just come and contact. It's buy one, get one free. You see, you get a bonus if you refer a friend. You see, no, you have to refer a friend. Oh, to come and join the platform. Yes. Oh, so sorry. Say, but God cannot save the people of Plateau. We should really do a live stream on that, shouldn't we? We should do a live stream on Master EQ, hello.
Hello, greetings. Greetings, everyone.
Greetings. Welcome to the panel. Are you a Christian?
Thank you for having me. I don't count myself as a Christian. I don't attach to any sort of religion.
Do you believe in God?
Of course, I know there's a higher intelligence somewhere, but not in the way Christians has come to perceive it.
A higher intelligence or a lower intelligence? Which one is it?
No, like a higher, like an intelligence, not like high or low. Let me just use the word intelligence. That is responsible.
An intelligence? I don't understand.
Well, it takes intelligence to set the universe in motion.
Really?
Yes, it takes a certain intelligence to set the universe in motion. And that consciousness, you would say, is intelligent, whatever that is.
But would you say that the universe is perfect as it is?
It's a word of both. There's always negative and positive to everything, you know.
Because if this intelligence was truly intelligent, there's so many things that he wasn't quite intelligent about in the universe. There's a lot of things that he is not so intelligent about at all. So I don't know, when you say an intelligence, it's like you're not so intelligent. For example, I'll tell you some of the not so intelligent things. 1 second.
So are you saying that it doesn't take intelligence to set the universe in motion and to bring everything from the invisible to a visible point?
1 second. Sorry, guys, I've got really bad toothache. Wee. So when you say that the universe is intelligent, can you give me some examples of what you mean?
The universe we live in is intelligent. If you actually check the whole how everything is in order, you would actually say it takes a certain intelligence to make that to come to physical reality.
What is in order?
Of course, the way everything comes at one step at a time. You know, I mean, you sleep, you wake up, you think of things that isn't there and bring them to life. So it requires a certain level of knowledge to make that work.
Okay. And so when you say this intelligence that you're talking about, what is it? Is it a mind? Is it a thing? Is it a force? Is it just what is this intelligence?
Consciousness, pure consciousness.
And what is consciousness?
Is a consciousness.
Yeah, a consciousness. Is it human? Is it?
Well, it can be human. I see intelligence in everything that is actually physical. It could be human, it could be the ocean, it could be animals, it just could be everything. It all involves in one consciousness. And it's a well-known fact that human consciousness is highly intelligent and has the capacity to change things.
Yeah, but that still doesn't tell us anything. This is just what you have come to understand, or not understand, but you have come to assume. But at the end of whatever assumption you have, there really is nothing. You can't lead us to anything. All you have is just an intelligence. And I don't know if does any of this make sense to you guys? Do you know what an intelligence is? The intelligence he's talking about.
No.
We know what this is.
I would like to know the name of his God, though. This God that he believes in.
Intelligence.
So you call on the name.
The God is called intelligence.
Intelligence.
Wow.
Well, depending on what God is to you, we all have different level of understanding of what God is.
So your God is intelligence. Meaning you consult this intelligence for your daily activity, because that's what I'm understanding from what you're saying.
When you say consult, I wouldn't consult what I know that it's already within me.
So what is the use of this intelligence?
The intelligence is inside you now.
Not just me. I see intelligence in most human beings. I mean,
When you're talking about this intelligence, it's on the outside the universe. So how is it that it has now gone from outside the universe and now it's inside you?
And he sees it in other people too. So it's not just inside him.
How can you see? Okay. I don't know. This is a bit, it's a bit, anyway, I don't know. It's a bit much for me. The thing is inside you.
Okay. Mastery. So when you see this intelligence in other people, what does it look like?
Well, I see it as thoughts. I see it as emotion. I see it as words. I see it as actions one take.
So
it all involves in consciousness.
So you look at an individual and you see the intelligence, and that intelligence is their faults and their emotions. That's what you translate to intelligence.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
No, because I'm asking you, like, when you look at someone, you say you see intelligence in other people. and you refer to that intelligence you see as faults and emotion and consciousness.
Well, I wouldn't say I see it as fault.
So,
I
okay.
consider it intelligence
Okay,
because
let's say,
wait,
looking at Afro right now, do you see the intelligence in Afro?
sorry, who's Afro?
The hosts.
Oh, okay. Well, of course, I've been following. I wouldn't say I don't follow you, but I've been seeing your videos, and you've made a lot of sense about religion, getting to understand the self. Of course, that's involves intelligence because every mind is a storm, and it
So
requires
we're just
a certain
mastery. It's
mental
okay.
awareness.
It's just so we don't lose track. So you look at Afro, you see the intelligence. What does that look like?
From the words she speaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that it's a well thought after. You could tell that this is an individual that has taken time to understand the consciousness and get to know what serves her highest good. And she comes out on social media and try to raise people's consciousness about who and what they are.
And
So
that,
to me,
so everything you just said now is that higher power you're referring to.
well, you can call it anything. Some
No,
people
you
refer
called
it.
it. No, you call. We're just trying to understand your own version of higher power because you refer to
Yeah.
consciousness, then intelligence as higher power. So we're just trying to break it down to the simplest form. So you look at Afro, you see the intelligence in her when she makes her video and her opinion about religion. And that in itself is the higher power you're referring to.
Correct, because she's aware of it. And I can tell that, yes.
No, I'm not aware of it. Sorry, I'm not aware of whatever this intelligence you're talking about. I have no idea what you're saying about. Because listen, I'm not intelligent at all. I've seen people who are more intelligent than myself. Yes, I might make videos here and there, but I guarantee you that people that are more, that speak better than me, that have better ideas than me. I'm just, just chilling in my own little small lane here. So I don't
Glory be
recognize
to
this
Afro.
intelligence.
Afro, yeah, the
I
higher
don't
power.
recognize I don't recognize this intelligence you're talking about. I don't.
One thing that I've noticed is that people who have deconstructed religion but still hold on to like spirituality or higher power, they have something in common. And it seems like they just can't let go of this whatever being that they keep thinking of. Like they always think that there's always some source outside of them. And it's just like, why do you guys feel the need to attribute like things to like something outside of you? Like why can't things just be what it is? Like these are the things that we observe in real time.
Why can't they be silent until you know what it is? Why can't it be a case of I don't know?
Exactly.
Until you know.
Right.
Instead of calling it an intelligence, a higher intelligence, a higher power, a supreme being. If you don't know, you don't know, right? Say, okay, I don't know what this is, but when you start, saying, oh, but there has to be this and there has to be that, and then, okay, tell us about this thing, what it is. We don't have anything.
Nothing. There's nothing. And it's just like, just live, like, just be free.
It's okay it is okay to take a position that I don't know, right? You allow yourself to know. But when you say, oh, higher power, the one that really frustrates me is when they come and they start saying, oh, and the vibrations, and the frequency. Hey, when to start those link. Oh, your chakra. When you start with chakras.
Don't forget
That's
the pineal
in my
gland.
head. I don't know what to say again. Huh? The chakras and you lose me.
The only vibrations that I don't know if it's that.
Chakra in there, the chakra. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what all those things are. The chakras. Guys,
The only
you know,
vibration that I
experience and share as well. Share so we can get people coming in. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about prayers. These loud prayers that this person does. Are you saying that the higher power wants people to pray loudly to him? Is this what the higher power listens to? Wait, let's see. I want to know. Is this what gets him motivated when people pray like this? Is this what gingers him?
Conceal it not. Babylon has been taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach has been broken into pieces. I don't know what is your Babylon. I don't know what is your Bel. I don't know what is your Merodach. Lift up your voice of fire. Lift up your right hand said today, I declare unto February, I declare unto February, I publish it, I set up a standard, I am publishing it, I will not keep quiet, I will not conceal it. February, Babylon has been taken, Babylon has been taken. Babylon has been taken. Sebel has been confounded. Semerodach has been broken.
So is there a higher power that listens to this noise and gets off on it? Maybe let me keep quiet. Just The duty. Hello. How do you pronounce your name again? I've forgotten. Duty? Duty?
Yeah.
Never better Jesus and his mother Mary and the God of the Bible. Why would you put Mary in there now? Why will you put Mary? Mary was a victim now.
No, but
the victims. I beg, don't put leave Mary now. Me, I'm still looking for justice for Mary. I'm still looking for justice for Mary. In fact, I need to know who I'm going to go and sue. A lawyer took the Vatican, the people at the Vatican to court for unaliving Jesus. I too, I'm looking for how to bring a case against the Vatican for the impregnating of Mary. Yes, justice for Mary. Then later on, we'll come and fight for justice for Joseph. First, justice for Mary. Yeah, because never mind. I'm going to pursue it.
But sis, imagine you're coming from work and then I tell you that the Holy Spirit came to your house and impregnated your wife. You do not have to say anything, Joseph. Keep quiet.
It's not me you should be telling that, it's you. Are you married? Are you married?
No, but this is so funny. Yes, this is so funny. And I tell you, that I tell Joseph.
Your wife, so I tell you she's pregnant by the Holy Ghost.
And then they tell you don't say anything. And these people, actually the angel came to talk to face to Mary, but they come to when in your dream, because they know if they tell you face to face what you're gonna do to them, they come to dream. My friend, just go to church, please. I think these things.
Juicy, listen, let me tell you, right? See how cunning these people were. Now, this man and this woman were waiting to get married. Eve and, not Eve, sorry, Mary and Joseph, the two of them waiting to get married. Now they say the man is the head of the house. Have you? The man is the head.
I don't take that as no.
I'm according to
Okay. Let's assume yes. Yes. Yeah, the man. Yeah, the head of the
man is the
house.
head. But for some reason, they said head where? Head who? Let's see. Who cares about that guy? Let's go and meet the girl herself and tell her she will give birth to our baby. We will put our baby inside her. She used to call him so and so and so. Never mind going to go and, ideally, they should have asked. They should have gone to ask Joseph. Joseph, please, can we impregnate your lady? Right? Hey, Mr. Oh, the mic is kind of low. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Is it low? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now yes. It was
Okay, yeah.
kind of yeah.
Oh, that story is an allegory. Mastery, tell us more. Mastery EQ, tell us more about the allegory. Yeah, go on. So when you say it's an allegory is trying to tell a story. You're trying to. So what is the moral of the story then? Mastery, can you unmute yourself and tell us? So an allegory
I think
is
it's
a poem, a picture or artwork where characters and events symbolize broader, often hidden moral, political, and religious. So what was this allegory trying to depict? The allegory of Mary getting pregnant and all of this and that. Mastery, why have you gone on?
he's away.
But he just put a comment saying that it is an allegory.
Yeah, that means Jesus never existed if it's just a story, fabricated story.
Hey, Miss Misani. Hello, Duad. Good to see you. It is the head of my life. Hey.
He's back now.
Okay. Hey, Mastery, are you there?
Yes.
I see Dimples. Hey, Dimples. All right, go on and tell us, what do you mean by it's an allegory?
Because the story is not real. Bible is full of allegorical stories. Majority of what you read there never happened because the story of Jesus has been written in other ancient books that predates the Bible.
Did you hear the definition of an allegory is a story, a poem, a picture, or an artwork where the characters and events symbolize broader and often hidden moral, political, or religious meaning. So what is this allegory trying to depict? What is the broader message that it's trying to tell us then?
It's about consciousness. When you hear about Jesus represents the mind, the human consciousness, and how to navigate natural challenges of life. Not that Jesus existed in a physical way. It's not a historical fact. The story.
Bro, what are you talking about? Jesus now is representing a consciousness. What
Esoterically, the esoteric meaning.
What does that mean?
Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. The story about Jesus never happened. All those stories, they point at a meaning to a psychological and emotional development of human beings. So when you embody the consciousness that Jesus had in the stories, if you embody that in your life, the same thing can work out for you.
Can you stop this foolishness? Now
It's
you have
not,
to embody.
it's not foolishness. It's not foolishness because there are, listen, do you know the meaning of esoteric?
You have to embody this person. For what reason? For consciousness?
Wait, consciousness is a mental state of knowing. That is the meaning of consciousness.
So esoteric describes knowledge, ideas, or interests understood by or intended for only a small, specialized, or initiated group. Knowledge, ideas, or interests understood by or intended for only a small, specialized, or initiated group. So, when you say that it is esoteric knowledge, please, who is this knowledge directed at? Who is the intended recipient of this esoteric knowledge?
Okay, well, it's for everyone, but the ancient mystics, I'm coming. The ancient mystics, long before the Bible came, long before the Romans and the British copied the texts, the ancient mystics knew one thing, that everything is hidden under most stories. And you know the stories we read in Bible today has been written in older books. It just got modified. So those who wrote the texts are aware that esoterically it's a hidden information that is stored under a particular story. So when you hear resurrection, resurrection didn't only happen in Bible. Other ancient books have told the story about one man dying and rising. But in that story, they understood that resurrection is not a physical thing. Is the mind rising into awareness. When you begin to know who and what you are, that's resurrection. So the masses.
I need to pause you for a second.
Hold on,
There's
Katz.
something that you
Oh,
said.
Katz,
All right.
Katz, hold on. Let him finish, please. Master,
Vessel of the Son, are you listening to what he's saying? Because
yes,
to be honest with you, I'm trying to, put it together myself.
Yeah, I'm listening. I've got some questions for him. Master, please continue.
It's not making sense to me.
Master, please continue.
To embody Jesus. How do you embody this character inside the book? How does that happen? The character inside the book, Jesus, came to embody human, right? Human being. He had to put on
dead.
He had to put on human flesh so he could feel what we feel. He could, experience what we experience and everything. Now we have to now embody him. How does this work?
Master, are you going to continue what you were saying? Because we've got questions for you. Your mic is not muted.
Am I audible enough? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible now. Please continue what you were saying.
Oh, wow.
I say the story of Jesus written by the Christian Bible is not real. It's not real. Yes, it's not real. Even Paul confirmed it in one of the verses. You can wait.
If the stories in the Bible are not real, then Paul is not real. You can't come and tell us Paul you just said the stories in the Bible are not real. Then you talk about Paul. If the stories in the Bible are not real, then Paul cannot be real.
And he's also saying that these books or these stories have been taken from other books. Are you aware that the other books pertain to other religions, other gods, other belief systems, other cultures?
Of course, it does. It does. That's.
So how does it marry? How does it marry into this God, this intelligent? Yes, ma'am.
You know something that I find, which bugs me. The Black Hebrew Israelites, they would quote from the Bible. The Catholics will quote from the Bible. People that believe all these other things, everyone seems to they seem to go back to this book, right? Some will go as far as saying, okay, the content of it is not true. Just like what the gentleman saying, oh, it's allegorical. But there is some essence in the story. And why do they need the book at all? What is it about this book that even the people who have listened to me said the book is not real? But somehow wants to go back in the book and tell us about what Paul said. Who is Paul? Who the hell is Paul?
And
why
They don't have
authority?
they don't have any knowledge of a higher power or a God outside of whatever religion that was indoctrinated in them. They wouldn't even know what a God is if they weren't raised in a religious home. They only know they just, I don't know. It's so disingenuous when they say that there is a higher power or a God or something outside of them, because they wouldn't know what a God is if they didn't even have any knowledge of religion when they were growing up indoctrinated in it.
Just let me know when I can ask questions. Just let me know.
Yes, you can ask questions now.
Okay, I think my first very major question is you keep referencing, quote, ancient civilizations. Can we be more specific than that, please?
Maybe wait for him to come back. I don't know if he can hear us or if he's gone away.
He keeps going away and then coming back. I don't know.
Yeah, because I wanted him to finish what he was saying, because he was digging himself into a very big hole. So ever since he got interrupted, he can't speak for some reason.
It's crazy. Guys, please tap on the screen, please. Tap for some esoteric knowledge. Tap for some allegorical esoteric knowledge. If you are a lover of esoteric knowledge, give that tap, 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 tap. All the while you laughing now. It's esoteric knowledge. You don't know about that one?
This esoteric self, I went and I went to go look it up because I didn't know what it meant. He just kept on mentioning esoteric. So I went to go and look it up, and that's what it meant.
Abby?
I was just like,
say something. Come and say something. That's sorry. Where are you? Sorry. Come and say something. No? Oh, you can't come up? Where have you gone, Mastery? Eh? Was that Pastor James? Hello, Pastor Sammy. Which Pastor? No, Pastor James tonight.
I didn't mean to cause this much problem by interrupting him.
Hello?
I don't know what's going on. Like, maybe he's on a call. Hello, so sorry.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I wanted to say something about religion. I don't know if my opinion would, make any sense here, but this is what I have to say about religion. You see, when it comes to religion, we don't need books, because the greatest the greatest thing in us is conscience. You see, conscience is the greatest religion ever, because conscience is your judge. Maybe when you're wrong, no matter the evil one is going to do, there's always a conscience to judge one. So we don't need some kind of ancient book, people telling us that some kind of man died for us, or hello.
I'm listening to you.
So the greatest God of all time is one's conscience.
Sorry. You're saying that
Huh?
consciousness is the what? The biggest
No,
religion.
conscience.
Sorry,
Yes,
conscience
conscience.
is what? Say it
Yeah,
again.
conscience. Yes,
Is
conscience.
what?
There's a way. There's a way one is going to.
Sorry. I want to take you back to what you said. Did you say
Okay.
conscience is the greatest religion or what?
Yeah, it's the greatest religion. Why I say so? When I mean it's the greatest religion, I don't mean it's what one should bow to, but it's what one should always listen. Because with conscience, there's empathy, there's humanity. I don't know if you're following. Can you understand that?
No, not everyone with a consciousness will have empathy.
I don't mean consciousness. I mean conscience. One's conscience.
Not everyone with a conscience. Not everyone with a conscience will have empathy.
Okay.
Not everybody is going to agree what is right and wrong.
Okay. I'm sure I understand.
I can guarantee you there are people during the times of slavery whose conscience said they were perfectly fine.
Okay, that's why I asked if my opinion would matter. So that was just what I have to say.
Sorry.
Yeah, ma'am.
So these are your opinions.
Yes,
right?
do I see the word?
Which is fine. That's your opinion. But when you tell us about your opinion, you should expect that you will receive questions.
Exactly. Yeah, I was expecting that, ma'am.
Your opinions. We wouldn't just receive and accept everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why we hold these conversations. It's so that we can try and make sense of what it is that you are talking about.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So far so good. I'm not getting it. I'm not sure. Maybe you're not using the right words. You're not. I don't know. Break it down for me in such a way that I can understand.
Should I tell you why people do? Let me say something. Why people need religion, and this is why people believe they need religion. People believe they need religion, for them to be peace. You understand? But peace among individuals, and especially let me just say to reduce crime and whatever, to reduce some kind of social vices. But in looking at it, the only thing that can prevent all these things is mostly one's conscience, because there's a way one is going to commit sort of evil, and know how the conscience will still judge. I don't know, maybe I'm the one feeling that way.
Most of the wars that have happened mainly due to religious beliefs. So if you say that we need religion to, what was it you said? That we need religion for peace, and what was the other thing?
Prevent also kind of.
Sorry.
Ma'am.
When you look at these religions,
Okay.
The religions divide people.
Exactly.
The religions put people into boxes, us versus them, right? So how can such a religion bring peace to people when one sees the other as the enemy, the other one sees the other one as,
This
the
is
outside?
that is what we humans must know, that in any religion that brings division amongst each other, shouldn't be practiced. She understand, but when it comes to one's conscience,
give me a religion, give me an example of a religion that brings unity, that brings people together. Give me an example.
This is where I'm heading. There is no religion that brings peace. You feel it, right? There's no religion.
You just said a minute ago that we need religion for peace.
People believe. I'm speaking for behalf on the religious people. Religious people believe that religion brings peace, religion brings harmony, and so other things. But I'm to say this, that religion doesn't bring any of those things. The only thing that rules over a man is his conscience. It's his conscience.
What
When
about
there's
the people? What about, for example, someone born with Down syndrome, right?
okay.
And conscience isn't, what we would consider normal, right? They're not able to access, they're not able to comprehend, they're not able to, communicate. So what happens with their conscience then?
Honestly, I'm going to say this. My knowledge is not. My knowledge is kind of limits to that. I'm still kind of like studying and processing things for me to understand the word better.
Okay. I mean, if you're still learning and still processing, then I can understand. But some
Okay,
of it
man,
is
thank
just
you. But sis, you have to know everywhere religion goes, slavery follows. That you have to know. So this is the main tool of dividing people, and the main big wars we have having in this planet, it's caused by religion. So religion is a political tool to divide people, to dominate other people. There is nothing to do with peace. Yes, there is nothing because yes.
This is what people need to know about what everything you said about religion, and that's what so many people need to know about what religion is. Thank you.
Yeah, but when you say conscience, what do you think of these jihadists who they are going to who go and unalive people on the name of Allah? You think these people, they have no brain like you, they cannot reason like you? Of course, for them, it's conscience. To do these things on the name of Allah is a good thing. It's different from you to do this, whatever, going on alive other people on the name of Allah is not good. That part you wouldn't take for you. But for other people who are brainwashed, for them, conscience is something else. They think they are doing the right thing, and they can repeat it as much the occasion will be there on their way. So this is a little bit complicated when you say the good religion is conscience. No, there is nothing about that. So it depends on what people they have been into. The brain is brainwashed, and they think they have absolutely another way of thinking. They have another conscience. I can say it that way. So it's not really these things, you see.
I'm going to tell you something I told my students when we're talking about World War II. They asked me, did Spencer know what he was doing was wrong and evil? And I told them.
Sorry, if who knew? Sorry, because you're in the car, so it's hard to hear you a little bit. Okay.
I'll wait a minute.
Yeah, go on.
When
I'm hearing. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Yeah, I heard
Did
you.
Spencer know he was evil? No. People who do what we would consider evil acts don't think they're evil acts. That's the thing. That's why just you're conscious isn't good enough. I'm going to say, you and I, he's not even here anymore. Never mind.
No, but you can still go on because, all of us, we're listening.
I was going to say, we're friends and other levels and, all this stuff. But I'm sure there are elements of what I think is right and wrong that might be different than yours. That can come to aspects of culture, of how you were raised, who you're around, environment, all these factors. It's not something that's just inherent to tell us all it's one or another.
Okay. Mm. We've got Terry Russell. Are you there? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better.
Yeah.
Just 1 second. Akuraye, what's happened to your friend now? Akuraye, I haven't been seeing light upon light. I hope he's okay. I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, yeah, go on, please, Terry.
Yeah. So I just want to add my own 2 cents on religion, and because of him saying morality, which is you trying to be good. First of all, the first thing I want to say is that you don't need religion for morality. There are 2 different things. Like, as human beings, we have a general. There's a general unspoken rule when it comes to morality. Like, number one, as humans, we all know that it's not good for a human being to kill another human being. It's not good for a human to take a life, right? That's a general unspoken rule. Now, when it comes to good and bad, what is good is actually what is good for yourself, and what is bad is what is bad for yourself. That is, good or bad is an individual perspective and thing, but generally, when it comes to society, there's a societal view of what is good and what is bad. That's why there are rules and laws and all, to govern those views. Then, when it comes to religion, some things that are actually, pushed out to be good religiously, sometimes don't even look good to somebody who's not a religious person, who sees it from like a neutral stand, or who's agnostic, or who's an atheist and all that. For me, I would say religion is a type of human conditioning and type of brainwashing that is used to control humans. And the key ingredients that is needed for this type of conditioning and mind games and brainwash to work is mind control is the need to believe in something. Humans, a lot of humans, especially the early humans, could not comprehend how the world worked. Like, some people were not intelligent enough, because, with all due respect, I personally believe that religion actually came out of the most. I think if you go back to it, I feel like the origin of religion started from among the densest and most ignorant people, because the need for religion started when humans couldn't really comprehend life without feeling the need to believe in something. Humans needed something they could believe in, because it was like the world was just too overwhelming, that they needed something they can have faith in to help them as a guide, or to help them ease the way of life, because it was incomprehensible that you live a life and you just die and it ends there. So they needed something that can keep them going, they can have faith in, and something that can give them hope, because there's a saying that as long as life, there's hope. Hope is like one of the most important thing to human being, because if you don't have hope, then it's just like you're not alive. So humans needed something that they can have faith, hope in. You understand? And some people were able to notice this thing and notice that these people need something they need to believe in, they need to have faith and hope in, and these certain people used it as an opportunity to create religion, so that as a means to control those people. And unfortunately, it seems like majority of human beings seem to be in need of this hope, in need of this thing they can have faith and hope in. And so it worked, you know. And another reason why it worked is like, you know, I feel like majority of people are not always smart. I think it's kind of like the way the world is designed. The world is not designed for everybody to be smart. It's a survival of the fittest. So it's like the world was designed for minority to rule the majority. If we live in a world where the majority are smart, if we live in a world where the majority of people are smarter than minority, like the majority of people are smarter, I don't think there will be need for like things like natural selection and all that. So I feel like, you know, the smart minority were able to take advantage of the need. These people need, like, you know, the need for people to, like, you know, take advantage of the people who needed something they can have faith in, believe in, to help them. And that's brought out this whole different types of religion. That because when you ask some of these people, like Christians, for example, I'm going to use Christians for example here. I've had conversations with them, and I'm like that other guy was saying that they created.
Can you round it up so that we can have conversation?
So like the other guy was saying that they created, you know, because of for peace and all that to work, right? And you know, it's like the Ten Commandments and all that, you know, like it's like based on morality. But when you look at it, it's not really based on morality, because there's a catch to it. They tell you do this, but if you don't do this, then you go to a place called hell. You know, so most people are only trying to be good, not because of the religion is telling them to be good, but because of the fear of what comes, you know, of the consequences of them not believing this thing, because they tell you the consequences of sin is death. And what is the one thing human fears the most? Death. You know, so like, you know, and they pushed it further to that after death you get to suffer again for eternity in hellfire. So you see the catch is there, that is being placed. So I feel like religion is just a mental it's just a mind control and human type of, you know, conditioning. You know, it was created. Yeah.
All right. Vessel Cats, you disagreed with something
there's a couple things. One, the origins of religion. The first religious activity would be animism, the idea that by observation that spirits or other energies was inside everything, because things waved and moved. And it wasn't a lack of intelligence. There's actually them using intelligence through observation. Now, the conclusions were wrong, but they're still trying to figure things out. I do agree that later, in some forms, religion started to form and was used for tools for control, but the main use is usually a combination of trying to set moral standards for the society so that to keep everybody alive and well, and for the trying to answer the unknown. But the thing I think I really didn't like, though, is suggesting that the majority of the population of the world are just not smart. And I think that's a very, very bad way to think of things.
So
there's a difference between access to access to education, for example, is a factor. And Terry, I'm gonna say, gotta be careful what you're saying, because you said we would have no need for natural selection.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what natural selection means if you think intelligence would end it.
I know what it means. And
okay,
I'm gonna
so could you wait a minute, Terry? So could you tell me what natural selection is when it comes to evolution?
Yeah, so I'm gonna can I just go back to, like, there's something you said earlier about
No,
majority.
I really want you to answer the question I just asked you for a reason. Please. And I'm going to guess you're currently looking it up. Now, maybe I'm in a bit of a mood. I don't mean to be. But you said you know what.
Can I say this? Terry, I don't think this is not like a, you know, putting you on the spot, right? It's just something that you've said, trying to correct. And these conversations are very important, right? So please, I'm invested in what you both are talking about. So.
Right. So to suggest that greater intelligence removes natural selection is not a good idea. Because that sort of mentality leads to eugenics.
So what I meant by, because first I'm gonna take it layers by layers. What I meant by people, majority of people, because if you said access to education, right? Even in the countries that is like has the most educated people, right? When you look at the majority and people who are ruling the majority, it's always like, it's not always, when you look at it, it's like you have the minority, because being intelligent, right? And letting, I don't think like, I'm trying to find the perfect way to put it, like it's always the minority of people ruling the majority. If you have 100 people in a place, the people who are ruling these 100 people, I feel like you cannot have.
I see what you're saying. The reason why is various forms of government works with various population sizes. A very small group of people can do a direct democracy, but once you get to a larger number of people, direct democracies are unable to do their job. It's not possible, mainly because you would have to spend time with every single person casting a vote every single time. That's why republics were formed. Now, you're saying the minority rules the majority. That depends on what type of government you're talking about. A dictatorship, sure. A republic, you're voting in representatives.
Now,
so it's being representative of the people.
What the thing is, people always end up, majority of people, like when you get a president, for example, right? I'm not gonna say all, most presidents are voted, are become president through votes, right? And they get these votes by majority of people,
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I'm just saying.
If you're talking about the United States, you can become president without the majority of the population voting for you. We're weird. We have this thing called the Electoral College, whole big thing. Now, if you're talking about other democracies of the world, their systems could be a little different. But you can actually become president and lose the popular vote.
So what I'm trying to say is that if you get 100 people right now in a room, 100 humans, and they decide to get a leader or a kind of like leading committee of 5 people, don't you think those 5 people out of those 100 are going to be the smartest of the?
Not necessarily. I'll point to our current president in the United States.
The current president of the United States, because majority of people still voted him in. If you feel he's not like really smart, then how come he was voted in by majority of people?
That's easy, because it's the same manipulation tactics you used to talk about religion.
He used manipulation and tactics, right?
He was not the
Right.
majority.
Does that not say that he's actually?
It depends on how you look at it.
Does
he
that
is
not
the
say
majority
that?
of the Electoral College. He was the majority of the time due to popular vote. However, if you take the total number of the population don't actually vote, that you can't say it's an actual majority.
So what I'm saying is that if he was able to manipulate all that, don't you think he was way smarter than everybody?
No. Do you know the president of the United States?
Of course, I know the president of the United States.
Do you think Donald Trump's smart?
If he can become the president of the United States,
do you think Donald Trump is smart?
I think he's smart if he can become the president of the United States.
He does.
Oh, dear Lord. Oh,
he
fuck.
does.
No. This president of the United States
riders.
is one of the dumbest presidents who've ever held the office.
No, this guy loves him.
Bro, I don't love him. Listen to my answer. If he can become the president of the United States with so many smart people around him, then he's definitely smart to pull it off.
Are you from Nigeria?
Sorry, Gaslight. Terry, did you not hear what you've just been told? That he didn't get the majority of the votes. He got in because of the what do you call it? Electoral college.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Now, he did win the majority of the popular vote. However, that's different than saying he got the majority of the population who could vote, because we have a low percentage of people who actually vote.
Bro, the thing is,
I know Trump
and all that. I'm talking according
But Trump
to
is dumb as a brick.
I'm talking like okay, try to get my point, right? I'm looking at it from the view of like survivor of the fetus type of like natural. Yeah, that's how I'm saying it. I'm not even
either.
Yeah. So he played according to that rule of survival of the fetus. For him to, I'm not trying to say that he's smart. I'm not trying to say that Trump is smart, right?
I'm just
don't get me wrong.
Terry,
Terry is Nigerian.
Just one moment, Terry.
I don't love Trump. Don't get me wrong.
Terry, you're trying to use evolutionary terms, and this goes back to when I asked you, what is natural selection?
So natural selection is just it's part of evolution. It's like being able to adapt and
no. That's not what natural selection is. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is
natural selection is when you can being able to adapt to your environment to be able to produce.
No, sir.
Yeah, that's what natural selection is.
No, that's not what natural selection means. And the problem is you're trying to use that, you're trying to use other evolutionary terms to try to make this as if it's scientific. Your argument's not scientific here.
Okay, bro, can you tell me the meaning of natural selection? And when you don't, I'm going to look it up.
Sure, no problem. Natural selection is the various factors that can determine whether or not a mutation gives an advantage or disadvantage to a population. If it's enough of an advantage, that population will continue to reproduce, and that trait is passed on.
So your definition was, I'm not trying to like argue, but I just want to know, you got your definition. Is that a personal definition, or you got it from, you have a
no, that's the actual definition. Because
okay, I'm gonna type in natural selection and try to read out.
No, but I think Terry is right. The natural selection is a process actually of adaptation. It's not the strongest who survive, but those who adapt, who can reproduce,
like you guys lighting me right now from what I know.
So that's
Sorry, Judy, what did Katz just say?
No, he said I'm wrong. Like my definition of natural selection is wrong.
I'm asking Katie.
Wait, but Terry,
yes.
Did you see just now was on your side?
Sorry, no. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Vassel and Katz.
Okay.
He said I was wrong whole time. I was actually right. So I'm not talking about
because there are certain factors of what you said that's incorrect.
Wait. Let me read out the meaning, because the definition you gave me for natural selection.
Read the actual meaning. No. Go read the actual meaning and then think about what you said. There's a difference between the two. Terry's not right. Because natural selection isn't the adaptation.
That's not different from what I'm saying. From what I said,
it is different.
It's not. I said the same thing.
Yes, the adaptation itself is not natural selection.
Bro, you literally gaslighting me right now, bro.
No.
I said
I'm
the same
not
thing.
gaslighting you. No, you said it's the adaptation. That is not correct.
Meaning of
it's not the adaptation.
What is
natural
the meaning
selection of the natural selection of the pressures to determine if an adaptation is successful or not successful. There's a difference between that and the adaptation itself.
Vassels, you are giving me your own definition, and the definition I'm seeing on the internet is different.
Read it out.
Terry, I think you might need some gaslight proof from gaslight proof over there, because you said they are gaslight.
Yeah, because you know why? Because I said something and he's saying that I didn't say.
Terry,
Terry, people are even saying it in the chat that I'm right.
Terry, do me a favor. Read the definition out loud.
Okay, you know what we can do?
We can put on screen.
Terry, can you give us your definition again? Right? Give us how you defined natural.
I said natural selection is a process. Is how human adapt.
You never said the word process.
It's how. That's why I removed it. It's how human adapt to their environment, able to survive. I gave a layman definition.
Difference. No,
it's the same thing, bro. It's a layman definition. It's the same.
No,
it's the same.
Layman definition part of the problem because it's not correct.
It's correct. Yours is not correct.
It's not natural selection.
I don't even care this thing, bro. You want me to believe your own definition, but my definition is way more closer to the definition that I see online.
No, it's not. It's not. because you never said process. And the reason why I point this out is, now show me how being more intelligent would remove natural selection.
Being more if you're more intelligent, okay, let me give you an example. Since natural selection has to do with being able to survive, the more intelligent you are, the more you should be able to survive, because you should know some basic life skills. You should know some basic way you should know some things. As an intelligent person, for example, there are things that you know about, like there are certain things that you can know from like studying and reading that somebody who's not intelligent might not know. You might know that some certain plants can cause allergies or can kill
Terry,
you.
Quick question. What does intelligence have to do with the ability to breathe underwater longer?
What intelligence has to do with the ability to breathe underwater? If people can read about it. You
Not
can
breathe
study.
underwater. Let me rephrase it. To be able to hold your breath longer underwater.
Well, intelligence has nothing to do with that. But that's
correct. Because Terry, we have a tribe who has, due to natural selection, developed larger spleens that allow them to hold their breath underwater longer, because the main way of survival is deep sea diving. You are suggesting that remove that be more intelligent means no more natural selection.
No, I'm saying that. No, that's not what I suggested, bro. Intelligence
that
has
is exactly what you suggested.
The reason why there's advance in science and medical. Yeah, you can say something, bro.
Can I say something? I think breathing longer is just one of the elements, but intelligence has also a lot to do against the predators, for example.
Exactly.
I know how I can camouflage. I know how I can do. Just a second, brother.
No one's arguing that.
This also can play.
He said that's the difference. That's why I have
what I'm saying, Vassel, is that if you put 100 people in the jungle and there's like 5 intelligent people and let me say 10 intelligent people and 90 dumb people in the jungle, I'm putting my whole money on the 10 intelligent people to survive. Bet.
Do you think my master's degrees is going to help me survive in the jungle?
Intelligence doesn't have any. It doesn't only stop at mathematics. That's why you're getting it wrong. Intelligence is not,
Terry, that's
when I say intelligence, it has nothing to do with math. Intelligence is a broad.
Terry,
something that is broad.
There are multiple forms of intelligence. Somebody can be musically intelligent. Are they not intelligent?
You're not even getting what I'm saying, bro.
What do you mean by dumb people? What do you mean by that?
For example, right? Like it's kind of like when you have a class, like a class where you have students who you have students who are not passing, and you have the students who do way better in the field, like in a particular field. It can be and there are people, and when I say the intelligence I meant by that, when I was talking like general intelligence, like people who can study, observe. Sorry, who can study,
that's
observe,
discrimination, Terry.
And try
because
to
some people learn differently. Other people have got dyslexia, right? So they need to be taught the same things a different way because they understand things differently. It doesn't make them dumb.
I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give an example from a movie. There's this movie. I've forgotten the name. I'm not trying to give you a fact. It's not a fact. I'm just trying to make you understand.
We want facts.
You're gonna understand what I'm trying to say. There's this movie where the moon was supposedly supposed to hit. I've forgotten the name, and people were saying, "Don't look up, don't look up," and because they didn't want to, there's people that when you try to tell them certain things, right, and they would rather not just bask in ignorance than try to study on their own or try to learn something. When I say dumb, those are the kind of people I'm referring to. It's kind of like
not what you said though. You gave a classroom scenario. Now you're giving a different scenario.
No, that was maybe even make sense at all. I actually stand to be corrected because I'm not trying to make.
No, you don't stand to be corrected. You need to apologize because what you just did was discriminate against people with learning this difficult. difficulties.
But not everybody who's not learning in class actually have learning difficulties.
The
Do you know
way
that?
you phrased it, the way you phrased
You're the
it
one
is
who brought. I'm
discriminatory.
trying to make. I'm trying to clear.
Why are you refusing to accept the fact that you've just discriminated against people with learning difficulties?
I'm not discriminating. I was trying to pay.
So why did you bring up a classroom scenario? You specifically mentioned that other people learn and then other people don't learn. When I asked you, what is your definition of dumb?
But there are people who don't actually learn. That's what I'm trying to say. You know,
like I said, they may have learning difficulties and need to be taught in a different way.
I don't. Man, I don't. That was not what I was actually. Maybe it's kind of like it comes from the fact that
you need to apologize, Terry. Just apologize. I don't know why you're trying to take yourself out of this hole that you've placed yourself in.
I don't need to. Do you understand that we have different realities right here? Do you understand that both of us, we don't have the same reality?
Terry,
you're taking this way out of context.
My reality is that you are dumb for discriminating against people with learning difficulties.
What I'm trying to say is that you're taking it out of context. You know, I cannot apologize when I know that I didn't come here to discriminate.
And my reality is that you're dumb for refusing to apologize.
Well, apologize for what? My reality and yours are different. I've seen people who have refused to learn.
You have literally discriminated against people with learning difficulties. Saying sorry doesn't cost you anything. You have been offensive. I've told you that you've offended people. So what is wrong with you saying sorry to the people that you have offended?
The thing is, my reality, you're gonna understand. Not everybody. Not everybody lives the way.
I don't care. You have offended people, Terry.
Did I offend you? Were you offended?
Yes, you offended me.
How did I offend you?
I've just told you you've discriminated against people with learning difficulties.
I did not discriminate against
How many
anybody.
times have I told this guy this?
There's no amount.
How many times have I said it to you?
Brother. Terry, using the word dumb, that I think it's a little bit too strong.
How is it too strong? Like that, it might be too strong.
Duty.
It's not. We have different culture. Understand me.
This is someone who don't talk about different culture, because now you're going to pull the people in your culture down with you. You've just said something that is wrong. Why don't you apologize to the people you have offended?
He's so stubborn. I mean,
it's very trying to say that in your reality, anyone that cannot learn, they're just refusing to learn.
He said there are people that refuse to learn after I told him about people having learning difficulties. Then he changed it up.
But you know, Vessel,
in your reality, in Terry's reality, the people who aren't learning, is it because they refuse to learn?
That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not what he said initially. He just called them dumb.
Yeah, I'm asking, could there be things that is prohibiting them from being able to learn?
But you know, Vessel, the urging him to say it, he's not really going to mean it. It's just that he may be pushed to a point in the discussion.
No, he's just laughing. He doesn't see anything wrong with what he said.
He's just going to be pushed to a point in the discussion where he will have to acquiesce, but he don't mean it.
At this point, now I'm going to speak, because I took some moments to calm down a little. Terry, what's your job? Just curious.
What's my job? I'm an audio engineer.
Okay. You want to know what my job is?
What is your job?
Teacher.
Okay.
So can you understand how I might be unbelievably offended that you suggest that anyone is, quote, dumb?
I don't understand how you can be offended, because I was making a scenario.
Allow me
I did not suggest. You're the one suggesting.
Allow me to explain. There are students. Everyone learns differently. And because that student doesn't learn the way you learn, and maybe the teacher didn't know or take the time to try to teach them in a way that works for them, you want to say they're dumb. You, on the outside, not being an educator, not somebody in the field doing the work, busting their ass to help people, to help them learn, and you want to suggest they're dumb. Vesel's right. There are people with learning disabilities, but there's other factors that go into it. And you want to suggest they're just dumb. And instead of realizing that you don't have the knowledge, education, or ability in the field to make the determination,
Don't tell me I don't have education, bro. I'm well educated, bro. Don't tell me that.
Not when it comes to this.
No, you have the
I
things
don't know
you
a
believe
single thing.
is
Tony,
totally different.
Terry, I don't know a single thing about audio engineering. When it comes to audio engineering, I would have to learn. You have that knowledge. Great. You don't have knowledge in education. You do not have knowledge in how to teach.
I
You do
have
not
knowledge, I
in
have
the various
education.
intelligence.
Stop assuming you don't know me. So you cannot say that.
No. Tony, Terry, you're not listening. You're
Making assumption and you want me to
ability.
listen. No.
Do you teach? Do you have a master's degree in education?
I have taught, bro. I have taught. I have
Really?
taught. I have taught in the
You
past.
have a master's degree in education?
I don't have a degree in education, but I have taught in the
Great, Terry,
past.
wait a minute. Let me check something, Terry. What's your pedagogy? What's your pedagogy?
What?
What sort of standards would you use to teach your students?
What standards I would use to teach a student?
Do you understand that right now I could just call you dumb?
You're free to call me dumb. I wouldn't care. That's the thing. It doesn't. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
And that tells me everything.
Tells you what? That's the thing. You're making a big deal out of
lack
nothing.
the empathy out of nothing.
Oh, because I don't care that you call
It's
me
not
dumb?
out of nothing. It's not out of nothing.
The thing is, I was making a
Because
scenario.
your mindset, the problem is your mindset has been done before. Do you know when your mindset happened? 1941. Do you happen to know what happened in 1941?
What happened in 1941?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should make it smarter for you since you're dumb. 1941 is when World War II started. In World War II, one of the things that was targeted were people with disabilities. See, the Holocaust did target and unalived over 6 million Jewish people. There was another 6 million other people who was also unalived. People with disabilities, physical and mental, learning disabilities as well. People of different races, different colors, different sexual orientations, but the mindset you have that they're just more intelligent, we wouldn't need natural selection. You're suggesting that people who are not as intelligent should be eliminated through evolution.
Now you're the one who's saying it because that's not what I said. So let me tell you something. All this thing you're saying, you've called me dumb 3 times. Why saying all this thing? And I don't even care. I don't even care if you like say. The thing is, you're trying to advocate for dumb, but you here using the same dumb. You know the funny part, how you trying to say that dumb is not good and all that, but the only way you can prove your point is by calling me dumb as well.
Do you
What does that
understand
make
how
you?
using your
That makes
tool
you a
against you?
hypocrite. That makes you a hypocrite.
Actually, it doesn't. It
It
doesn't. By
does.
using
It
your own
does.
tool-
Guys,
No, it doesn't,
guys,
Terry.
please,
By using
guys,
your
please.
DJ, you
Please,
need to stay
guys.
out of this. DJ, you need to stay out of this.
Okay, okay.
This is the time you need to stay out.
Okay.
Let me tell you
Okay.
something, bro. So I'm not that.
Because this is the
I'm not
time.
one of these
Terry,
guys. You can try
I
to.
noticed right now, Terry. I noticed right now that you keep getting offended by me using the word dumb because you keep
I'm
bringing
not
it back up. What I'm doing is using your own words against you so you can understand the power of it. You don't get it, but it's starting to get to you. That's why you keep responding the way you are.
Someone keep
If it
muting my
didn't,
mic.
you wouldn't. The reason
Stop
why you're
muting
being
my mic.
muted
Let me
is because you need to
let me
stop.
speak.
And what you need to do is take some time
Stop.
and think about what you said, because you did. And we have it recorded. And hey, we can get a clip and we can send it to you. Make sure you understand exactly what you said and why it was so offensive. See, if you had said different things, probably wouldn't have reacted.
Tell them to stop
But
muting
the
me.
fact that you suggested,
Terry, you are being muted by one of the moderators because he is speaking.
Ask me a question. I want to reply his question.
Not done, but he is not done yet.
He asked me a question. I only wanted to reply. I want to let him know that I am not in any way.
He's not done yet. Just let him finish, and then you can respond. Okay.
but I can guarantee what is going to happen is when he unmutes, the first thing he's going to talk about how he's not offended by being called dumb.
You just gaslighting me right now. How can you guarantee what I want to say, bro?
Well, let's see if I'm right or wrong. We'll see what happens when I'm done. But the fact that you can't stay muted also suggests something to me. But we can talk about that later. What I'm trying to tell you is that you need to change your mindset there for a second. The idea, and you said it, and maybe you worded it incorrectly, and maybe instead you should work on wording it correctly. What you suggested, what you really did say was, if there's more intelligence, there wouldn't be natural selection. Now, that has a very distinct connotation to it. And anyone who knows history, knows what eugenics was, understands what you just did. Intelligence, there's not one type of intelligence. There are multiple types. And there are people who are not good at math, but are great at reading and writing. There are people who are wonderful at music, horrible at math. There are people who have skills as far as outdoor skills, stuff with kinetic skills, all those skills. And then there's some who don't. Some, like me. My area of intelligence, research, logic, reasoning. Those are my areas. You know what I can't do? I can't play a lick of music. I cannot. I am horrible. I am not good. If you told me to go out on a farm someplace and do some farm work, I want to know what to do. Not naturally. But there are people who do. People who take to those things. Those are different types of intelligence. You, on the other hand, seem to have one very distinct type of intelligence. And if you don't meet that standard, well, you put them as dumb. And I think that is something you need to stop and think about and maybe reevaluate how you say things. Because if you're an empathetic person, hopefully you have taken this information, processed it, and realized you could have done better. Now, I'm going to mute. You can continue, please.
Yeah, I'm going to start with number one. I have, like, no matter how many times you called me dumb, it never affected in any way. I only pointed it out because. Wait, let me tell you something. You know, right? Because I heard you when you said that. I was still going to say it anyway. I wanted to point it out because you were against me using the word dumb, and the only way you could prove a point was still using that word on me. So if you were really, really, really against the word, you would have never ever mentioned that word regardless of the situation. So I was trying to point out the hypocrisy that you just displayed. That's number one. Then number two, when it comes to natural selection, survival of the fittest, nature doesn't give a fuck about empathy or all that. I'm trying to be real. I have empathy as a human, but nature doesn't. Nature. Wait. Let me finish, bro. I let you finish. Wait, I let you finish. Let me finish. I have empathy as a human. I have empathy as a human.
Versus, you need to let him finish.
I have empathy as a human, but when
you said no. Come on, people. Terry is speaking, and he says he's going to stay muted. Okay, you may not like what he's saying, but please, he was speaking. Let him speak. Thanks.
All right, I'll stay muted.
Okay.
Hey, Terry, do you know that you're muted?
Oh, I just realized that I was muted. So I have empathy as a human, but when it comes to survival and nature does not have empathy when it comes to when it comes to survival and when it comes to natural selection. I wasn't trying to, when I said dumb, I wasn't trying to say, I didn't even have it in my head or trying to like discriminate or anything. I wasn't trying to insinuate that if you're weak, you deserve to be. All that shit was you guys just making assumptions, because that was not the point. That was not the point I was trying to make. I was only trying to let you know that if you put the more intelligent people, due to intelligence being, for me personally, in my own opinion, being the ability to be able to study, observe, try to learn things, more around you. I feel like people who are intelligent have way more chances to survive when it comes to survival of the fittest, and when it comes to surviving in all. So the dumb people, when I say dumb people, I mean people who couldn't, when it comes to survival, when it comes to natural selection, when it comes to nature doesn't care if we're in a situation right now that needs survival, and they write a note on the board and they say, everybody, this is what you have to do right now, study this, and this is going to increase your chances of survival, right? If the people who can read, who can understand, who can assimilate, have more chances to survive more. If it's a natural, if it's something that has to do with nature doesn't really care if you don't have the ability to read. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say because you don't have the ability to read, then kill them up. I will never try to say anything like that. I'm trying to say, when it comes to that point, if you don't have the ability to read, then it's up to you. At that point, natural selection is going to take place, regardless of whether you have the ability or not. And there's nobody to be blamed for that.
Terry,
that's what I was trying to say. So I don't know how it came out to you that that I'm trying to.
I want to use myself as an example. Okay, first I'm going to start off by reading the definition, the biological definition of natural selection, right? And then I'm going to explain what I went through as a child. So the process whereby organisms better adapted to their environment tend to survive and produce more offspring. The theory of its action was first fully expounded by Charles Darwin and is now believed to be the main process that brings about evolution. Compare with survival of the fittest. That's a whole different definition that I would have to look up. But when I was a child, right, I still remember vividly that I did not know how to read, okay? Prior to that, my mom told me that she had to take me to speech therapy because my speech was delayed, right? Now, if I was left behind and I wasn't given the proper education, I would not be where I'm at today, right? And I feel like I still have some testing to do. I think I may have ADHD or maybe autism. I'm not going to self-diagnose, but I feel like I've noticed some patterns. So I'm going to go get tested and get fully diagnosed to see if I do have it, right? I currently hold, because of the speech therapy that I've gotten and the patience that I've received from teachers to be able to learn how to read. When I was in high school, I started college in high school, right? I have a bachelor's degree already. I'm earning another bachelor's degree, and I'm soon going to go for a master's degree, right? Now, saying that people are dumb and they won't be able to survive or likely be left behind I want to say it's an evil way of thinking, and it's not good. You leave people behind that way. People who understand things differently or may have delayed responses to things don't deserve to be left out. Okay? we have proper we have proper technology now, right? We do research. There's science for that reason. We examine, and humans, we're not the same. We're always going to have differences. And we have to study those differences because they also have a right to a good quality of life, right? Even though we didn't ask to be here, they still have a human right to have a good quality of life. And that's why it's important to research those things so that we could be able to better understand them and be able to give them the right therapies or basically the right therapies that they need to be able to survive. Now, what you're trying, like this stuff has more of your environment over, like this natural selection, I feel, is related to weather, to your environment, right? Like, okay, if you live, okay, for example, right? If you live in a region where there's a lot of sunlight, dry conditioning or whatever, your body's gonna want to try to adapt to that, right? That doesn't have anything to do with your intelligence, right? You can be intelligent, like, for example, right? I'm not gonna brag. Like, I feel like I'm sufficient enough, but there are people who understand things differently than me, and they're more successful than I am, right? I have all these degrees, and I have not even touched 100K. I haven't even touched 50K yet. I've never seen that, right? There's a lot of factors that we have to look into when, for example, how you brought up President Trump. President Trump is not the brightest, as you can see. He's made a lot of decisions that's not helping people at all. If anything, it's caused a lot of panic, right? We don't know where the U.S. economy or, we don't know where the U.S. is going, right? Donald Trump has generational wealth. And the means and how he got that wealth was still very unethical, right? And Donald Trump didn't even have to work for that. He continues to exploit people to gain that wealth, right? And he's not the most intelligent person, right? He's racist. He's a very evil person, right? And yet he still has all this wealth. Okay? He exploits everyone, regardless of their intelligence. Okay? So I think you really have to look at natural selection in a different way. You have to look at it for what it really means. You have to reframe how you think of. You have to reframe that whole thinking in entirety, because that's dangerous. So please, and this is not. I'm not saying this. My personal experience. I'm not saying it just to say it. Like, this is real shit that happened. Like, I still remember vividly when I did not know how to read, and I believe I was in the 3rd grade. My peers were way ahead of me when it came to reading, and I was so shy. I was so scared to read in front of the class because I didn't know how to read. I think in the 2nd or 3rd grade, I think I became fully confident in reading by the time I was in. No, okay, I lied. 1st grade and 2nd grade, I did not know how to read. I became fully confident by the time I got into the 3rd grade to read. So, and I can confidently express myself, right? I know how to read things. I know how to comprehend things. But if I didn't receive those type of therapies or education or, the empathy and patience back in the day, I would not be here. And not everyone has that privilege either. Not everyone is afforded that. We also have to look into those factors as well. Everybody's reality is not the same. We shouldn't leave people Like there's so many things that happens. There's so many people who don't have access to basic education. You have people who don't have access to clean water. You have people who don't have access to food. You know, like, and this is design. Stick. You know, you really have to double back, and really think about what natural solutions do, because that's just very, or survival of the fittest. Really have to really think and comprehend what it really means. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
What I have to say to you is that I'm not really I think the misconception here is that thinking that I support that. I was only trying to show an example. Like, it doesn't mean that I support it. I'm not saying that this is what I endorse. Or this
example,
this is what I'm trying to support. I was trying to, like, I'm giving a scenario where if we're somewhere where there's an instruction, like, let me say that we're in a place, in a cage where
you need to stop because you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. You heard nothing
Let me
of
speak,
what all is said.
So
No, what you're saying is harmful, Terry. You're being harmful. And the thing is, you don't even acknowledging it.
No, I'm not being
very
harmful. You being, you being so emotional. That's what I got to say. You being
just shut up.
You shut up. You shut up. Who the fuck do you think
Idiot.
You fucking shut up.
Damo. The black sheep, you said you've got a question. Oh, he's gone. But please ask your question.
Yeah.
The black sheep.
The question I wanted to ask him is very simple. I just wanted to ask him what he means by being dumb, or his own definition of being dumb. Because
that's what I asked him, and that's when he started discriminating against people that have got learning difficulties.
Yeah, because it might be referring to people who are slow. There's a difference between being slow.
Hey,
being
don't
slow
use that
to,
term.
Don't say slow. That's offensive as well.
Myself,
use learning difficulties.
Okay, it's fine. Also I had that problem of catching concepts slowly in class when they're teaching. I had that problem of like needing more time to grab a concept. So
That's
I wanted
what
to
suggesting.
When I said slow, I was talking about that.
Just stop.
Katz, let him speak, please.
Yeah.
Let him speak, please.
No, I'm stopping him from using the same word again.
Okay, yeah, because there's a difference between a person who has a learning difficulty, grabbing concepts, needing more time to grab those concepts, and those who can grab those concepts like in a fast pace. So that's the question I wanted to ask to him, as to if maybe his child is having learning difficulties. His child needs more time to grab concepts. Would he allow a teacher to call his child dumb?
No, he's the type of person that would beat their child because they're not understanding something. This is how children get abused, right? If you don't have empathy, you don't have compassion, you're not going to see that what you're saying is harmful. It's the misogyny, it's the patriarchy, it's the I know everything, I know it all, right? We don't know everything. Nobody knows everything.
By this way,
How do you measure intelligence when we don't know everything? You can have as many PhDs or master's degrees as you want, but somebody who hasn't finished high school may know something that you don't know. You can learn from everyone.
There are different types of intelligence, but I want to focus on one thing. People don't seem to understand that survival of the fittest line, that's eugenics. That's not evolution. That's the tagline of eugenics. And whenever people keep using that and tying into evolution, says that one, you don't understand what evolution is, and two, you're using it in the same way of, hey, these people are less evolved than you because they're not as intelligent, because they don't fit the parameters that you think they are supposed to fit into. And for him to suggest that nature doesn't use empathy, I'm sorry, we are social creatures. The only reason we survive this long is empathy. Because without empathy, we don't look at society. Without looking at society, we would have died. We would have unliked. We would have been a footnote in some other species' history.
Yes,
I want to say,
think
just real fast, also apologize. Because there are times I get heated and then sometimes I get really pissed. That was pissed. People, anybody who knows, if anybody wants to know what I'm like when I'm mad, like I'm going to use the term righteously mad, that's it.
Guys, I just think somebody who cannot apologize when they've been told that they've been harmful or they've hurt someone is somebody who is just full of themselves, right? Saying sorry doesn't take anything from you. You might say things in you according to your perspective, but the moment someone tells you that, hang on a minute, you've just hurt some people. Oh, I'm really sorry. That's it. And we move on. All he needed to do was recognize where he's gone wrong, apologize, and the conversation goes on. But he decided to be defensive. And in being defensive, he was even adding more fuel to the fire. How do we learn, guys? How do we learn? How do we grow?
It was just egotistical.
no, I think the word was so strong. That's what I was trying to say. You cannot say that. But guys, you know Einstein? Einstein took really time to speak, to read. We can even say that he was into bracket D word that was being used right now. But it's one of the most intelligent guys in the whatever scientific world. You see that? But it took really time, even 7 years, he could not speak, even 7 years old, he could not even speak well.
Correct.
The thing is, Judy, with Einstein, yeah, his wife did all the work. He took the credit as a man.
The problem thing is, I gotta say, again, you just gave a mythology, and I want to correct it. It's historical. That idea that Einstein was a slow learner was not true. In fact, his grades, even at 7, were excellent. It's a mythology that was added to the story by later tellings by people to try to make him sound less intelligent, or that kind of make the story more spicy, more special. No. The closest you could say is he didn't pass his college exams the first time. That's the only thing.
But yeah, all those discoveries he did, all of that, that's his wife. He stole his wife's work and passed it off as his own.
Yeah, that's what we heard. Actually, I cannot really, because I don't have proof of what I just said. That's what I heard. So, yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of men that have got great achievements, but if you look into it, you'll discover that they just took women's work, mainly their wives, because there was a time when women couldn't even open bank accounts if they were not married. And so them coming out to say they've discovered something, that was taboo. I think there was another artist as well who sold a lot of paintings, but the husband took the credit.
Exactly, like Marie Curie, the one who, the woman
who discover polonium or things like that did not get a Nobel Prize because she was a woman. And she came back later on, stronger even, to get that Nobel Prize later on with his husband. But in the very beginning, they gave the prize to other people. So there are a lot of women who actually contributed, whatever, in science. They were not recognized only because they were women.
I'm looking at the definition of survival of the fittest right now. It says the continued existence of organisms which are best adapted to their environment with the extinction of others as a concept in the Darwinian theory of evolution.
That doesn't say.
This is why we don't use Darwinism anymore in evolution. Not that.
Huh?
But that doesn't say intelligent though. That's just adapting to your environment.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, that's dealing more with the climate, like the environment.
His problem is that he kept going off the live to read, right? This is a term that he's been using, but didn't know the actual meaning of it. And then he scanned it quickly, and then he's come back to say, what did he say? Layman's term, which was incorrect.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes there's definitions that you can't use in layman terms because it's already simplified as is, and it's important that you say the whole thing.
And when Katz was trying to correct him, he was like, no. I'm just saying in layman's term, but it's incorrect. It's incorrect. Him coming here, calling people that slur, yet he doesn't know something. And his behavior, he fits into that category. Because for me, somebody who is like that is not someone who has learning difficulties. It's someone who is closed-minded and doesn't want to learn, doesn't want to listen to others, thinks that they're right in everything that they do. People who are just proud.
I think you're right. I just find something about Einstein here. Einstein was not a slow learner, so it's right what you said. That's just a kind of myth created around that name. He was not a slow learner. You're right. Just find it now.
I'm glad that you did the right thing by not just taking my word for it, by going and checking on it. That's a good thing to do.
Yes, we learn, brother. We learn every day.
Can we just teach our children to do the same, not just accept what people tell them, but to find out things for themselves, to question things? You know, today I saw a video of this girl. She was standing in the street, like waiting for a bus or something. This was in Nigeria, right? And you know, in that place, people are very superstitious, okay? So these guys were trying to play a prank on her. So one guy came in a piece of chalk and he's drawn a circle around her. You know, that means when someone does that to you, it means like step out, cross the line if you dare, kind of thing. So she just remained standing there looking at this guy with a death stare, right? He was expecting her to scream and run away or, you know, react in fear. But she just stood there looking at him like, what the hell are you doing? And then another guy came dressed in a babalawo getup, you know, like the skirt, the chalk on his face and whatever with the clay pot, and he's now taken the sand on around that circle where she was standing. So that basically means, you know, because if you believe in these things, they've taken her footprint and they can use it for witchcraft purposes, right? So she just watched them doing it and she didn't move, guys. She was like, you people are playing with me right now. So she took her bag out because she had like a little shopping bag. She took it out, bent down where the other guy was stood. She took a bit of the sand there and took a bit of sand from the other guy's foot. Now they were like amazed, like, what is going on here? You know? So the guys are the ones that were now petrified, like, oh no, we've now messed with the wrong one. And they're trying to point her to the camera that please, 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 it's a joke, right? And she just like shoved them away in anger and stepped out of that circle and continued to stand there, right? I was like, this child is how every child should be. Don't let anyone bully you or make you feel scared. You don't need, because the moment you put fear into a child, you have reduced that child's thinking capacity, right? You've literally built a wall around that child's mind because all they'll think of and all they'll see is the fear. So we need to stop this. And we need to encourage our children to think critically. When they have fears, let's talk to them about the fears and tell and show them that it's nothing. It's just an emotion. It's not true.
Exactly. Fear is the enemy. You know, religions use fear because you cannot reason anymore. You cannot think. You cannot doubt because they tell you if you doubt, if you don't believe, and then you will end up in hellfire. So it stops there. So fear is really, really, really a bad thing, especially for the small children. You reduce their capacity to innovate, even to go further than that. But if they are whatever, they are sure that they can do more, they can do better than what it's in front of them, then they don't have any fear. But fear actually blocks. It's a very, very, very bad thing, especially in whatever for kids. It blocks them. They cannot move forward. They cannot think further. I always teach my kids to really master themselves anytime. So the sky is the limit.
Wow, this topic just went left. But I think that was an important discussion to have anyways.
Yes.
Because
and thank you for sharing, Olu. Thank you. I wish I could hug you right now. But
yeah, I'm gonna go, guys.
The thing is, that guy wasn't even listening. He didn't care. He was in the comments, commenting and arguing with people, right? But I listened. We all listened. That guy is just,
I mean,
it's just messed up.
I think that's what the patriarchy does. You know, that's what patriarchy does. They like to leave things behind. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Olu, thanks for sharing. And vessel cats and vessel of dishonor. And did you too? Thank you for helping to what's the word I'm trying to find now? You know, correct some of these misconceptions. And sometimes even I myself, you know, we all still deconstructing some way, somehow. And some of us might deconstruct completely from religion, but still are trying to figure out, you know, other things. So, and this is why I love these conversations. It's why I love, you know, us to have this back and forth, because it's through that we're able to learn, that we're able to be better people. So Yeah. Olu, as Besu said, if I could hug you, I'll give you a hug. And some of us have children with special needs. And so to just assume that people, because they don't understand or they cannot comprehend that they're dumb, I think it's a bit myopic. It's a bit myopic. And so we need to do better. We need to be more accepting, more tolerant, and more, allowing of people to just be who they are. They say if one is not free, we are all not free. So if one is so-called dumb, I mean, how can you celebrate when people are, according to you, dumb around you? Is that something to be proud of? Is that something for you to, celebrate? It isn't. We rise by lifting each other up. So, yeah. I don't know if what you said makes sense at all.
I mean, at my big grown age, I'm still learning, and I refuse to shut my mind down. I want to continue to learn. I don't know everything, and I think it's just a part of life. You're gonna learn new things every day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's gone really quiet. Shall we call it a night? And then we'll come back again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think
Thank you very much.
The topic, Afro?
Sorry?
Do you feel like you've exhausted the topic?
No.
I mean, if you want to speak more about it, I'm okay to stay.
Oh, okay. It's just the people that I want to speak to about it right now, they're fast asleep. They're fast asleep waiting to join at 7 a.m. That's why I shout,
True, but some are listening from work.
Well, true.
The audio earlier that you were playing, I could have sworn I heard Sapa. The one where Jerry Eze was shouting, I heard Sapa.
Uh-oh, Sapa.
Have you heard of Passion Java, Olu?
Passion Java?
Yeah. He was married.
Is that a drink?
No, it was an actual prophet. His wife was called Lily Java. And he was in America, right? He had his church. Bear in mind, all the people in his church are American, okay? And he's speaking in tongues, so-called tongues, but he's not speaking tongues like Harakashame Mashanda. He is speaking Shona. Literally saying full sentences in Shona, his native tongue. Now, everybody else doesn't know this. They think it is tongues. They're falling on the ground. They're rolling over. They're jumping up and down, right? They're in the so-called spirit. But this guy is speaking Shona. And you know what he's talking about? He's talking about meat and walking and houses and corn. He's talking about things that don't make sense. Right? He's literally talking about things that don't make sense to anyone. And these people,
Oh my God.
Honestly, screaming, shouting, hallelujah, praying, they were sweating, they were crying. And you're like, what's wrong with these people?
It's really scary how people eat this up. Like,
Afro, his wife is the one that was prophesying to someone about her mother, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, telling her, I think she was telling her that your mom is sick or something.
or something.
Yeah.
And
And then she said, my mom died. And then she's like, oh, am I being shown the past? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you've heard this of Passion Java. Just 1 second. Let me play it.
Passion Jiva says that he listens to evil music and watches pornography in order to minister to God's people.
I dey tell you the truth. Me, I dey play pornography and I pray watching pornography. Me, they play worldly music, evil music. You know those bang, 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 bang. I dey say my wife, we need to pray this one, not the hallelujah song.
I don't think that's him speaking. He doesn't speak.
For every Christian.
I can show you. I will show you.
Okay, maybe it's him and it's just decided to change.
When he speaks.
Yeah. But the guy has had he's made a as far as I know 2 or 3 ladies pregnant. There was a video of him on a yacht and they had strippers.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Passion Jiva says that he listens to evil music and watches pornography in order to minister to God's people.
I dey tell you the truth. Me, I dey play pornography and I pray watching pornography. Me, they play worldly music, evil music. You know those.
Looks like AI though.
No, it's not AI.
Or is it sped up?
Every Christian, but we are not Christians. So I'm training myself to pray and hear God in front of pornography. Me, before I go live, what I do, I dey listen to music. I'm eating energy. I don't just listen to hallelujah. No. I did not find energy there. Hallelujah, it's a song for God. I worship God for God to feel, yes. I dey give energy to God when I worship. That's why they say worship means romance. I dey romance God, I empower God.
Romance.
And there's music for me now. Music that gives me energy. So I dey listen to gives me energy.
And people get mad at me for exposing, oh, you're obsessed with these guys. No, it's not the fact that I'm obsessed with these guys. It's the fact that so many people are being bewitched. You think I'm so...
Okay, keep quiet. People are being bewitched.
Afro, he kissed the other prophet Lovey on stage, guys.
Yes.
Kissed, proper kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Another male prophet on stage. I'm not saying it's wrong for men to kiss, but the context of it. These are married men of God.
When this, it was an interview. He gave an interview. Passion Java. He was giving an interview, and that's where he had said that. So it's not AI. So you see, right? This is him in this interview. Hold on.
I was just wondering the shape of his head and the way he's talking. Maybe the guy who recorded it sped it up so that it doesn't get done for copying it.
Music, evil music, you know those bang, 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 bang. And I dey pray. I dey say my wife, we need to pray this one, not the hallelujah song. Why? Hallelujah song is good for every Christian, but we are not Christians.
All right, I know you will make excuses for him here, but don't worry, you will get the pure.
Yeah, because then he was. This thing was. It was, news. A lot of these people were talking about it when he gave this interview. So yeah, he listens to worldly music. He watches porn before he jumps on the thing.
I believe that because the way he carries himself, he would do because he seemed like he was trying to be like a social media pop star kind of thing. He'd be outside his big house, line up Lamborghinis and all these exotic cars, and just sit there wearing Gucci from head to toe, and he's talking about his Gucci. He's talking about he's not talking about God or anything. He's literally clowning people, basically. Right? Guys, I think his wife was just as bad because she's also giving these fake prophecies. Right? The time when they started having problems is after that kiss with Prophet Lovey. Right? She didn't leave him when the girl in South Africa exposed him that she's pregnant by him. She didn't leave him when the girl's sister, he was dating this girl, but then he made her sister pregnant, right? And he was threatening to have her unalived. She had to run out of the country and she go and hide somewhere else. She didn't leave him then. Many things he was doing, she never left him. But this kiss with Lovey, and remember that guy that was exposing them, Afro? Because they came out wearing all the red suits.
Yes.
And that other prophet, I don't remember what he's called, was exposing the things that they do, the rituals and everything. And then the next thing, his account was hacked and it was taken down. That's what Passion Java does. He takes down people's accounts, has them shut down. He hacks into these accounts, gets everything shut down. He's not a man of God. He's not.
Man of God. Man of God, my gosh. So I had a photo of those clowns, those what do you call them? Passion Java and his bodies. I had a photo somewhere, didn't I? Put it somewhere. I don't remember where it is.
Yeah, he even had the same hairstyle with Lovey at some point. And when they asked him about the kiss, he was like, "What's wrong with that?"
Yeah, of course, because you know, a lot of these preachers, they are LGBTQ.
Yes.
You know, a lot of them are, but they would just lie, pretend. If only they'll be honest, yeah, they will be more accepting of who they are. But hey, they would rather lie and tell all these fake stories, you know. Bessie, do you remember this preacher that came here one time? I don't know if Zod is here. Zod, do you remember?
This one, vaguely. What happened? What did he do? What did he
What?
say?
You know why? He just came out. He was making, you know, just making a fool of himself here. And then, of course, went and got his photos.
Oh yeah, those days Zod used to
change.
He used to be make them his profile pic.
Mm-hmm.
These days Zod
Change.
doesn't do that. I don't know why.
It's okay. Doesn't matter.
Used to tickle me.
All these men, their wives, these pastors, a lot of them, their wives know exactly what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They know exactly what is going on. In fact, some of the wives are even worse than the preachers themselves. They are worse than the preachers themselves. For example, this one, MFM pastor.
Oh,
that one took his wife and child out of Nigeria. They've been out of Nigeria for years.
Maybe it's the wife that was like, "Do you know what? I'm not comfortable with what you're doing, so I'm moving abroad or something."
It's very possible. It's very
You know,
possible.
something just came to mind right now, and why do men feel the need to preach, to become pastors or preachers? Like, what compels them to that direction? I know they always lie and say that they were called by God, but like, it's so boring. That shit is so boring. Why
Look
do
at-
that out of all things?
Look, this picture, you know, should give you some reason why. Look, it comes with a level of respect. Yeah, people kneel down. Yeah, gives you some indeed power and makes you feel very important, like you are worth something. And most of these preachers, you know, for me, I think that they they must sometimes sit with themselves and have a conversation with, and they know that they ain't shit. They're just nothing. But because how people have been indoctrinated, because of how they have managed to manipulate the minds of people, so now people see them as demigods, right? But really and truly, when they're by themselves, when they are in the company of themselves alone, they know that they ain't shit, that you're rubbish. But hey, everybody else sees you as, look at this one. They even have to give self-image issues indeed, Dr. John. Now look at this one. They even have to give him a stool to stand on. This is the richest preacher in Nigeria, by the way. This is the richest preacher in Nigeria.
He's not going to go to heaven. When you tell his followers, they try to strangle us through the internet.
If there is a heaven, he's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Look at this one. The wife is on the floor. He's on the floor. The other one is on the floor. They finished praying.
This one is the perfect tag team.
They finished praying, and so now they're relaxing. Oh no, not well. I don't know. They've exhausted. They're exhausted from praying to God for the
They've
people.
worked for their money.
Oh, I've got a picture for you, vessel of dishonor.
Baba Jesu.
This is vessels Jesus. Oh, we got the Messiah here. Guys, do you know we got the Messiah? He says he's a Messiah. Look at him.
Man.
Look at, he has a cards. What do you call these cards?
Business card?
Business card. Yeah. Fox Research Nigeria Limited. NGO, Returning of Jacob Israel. It's in Imo State. Let's see. What's it?
The way people are obsessed with wanting to be Hebrew Israelite. They would tell you we're the descendants of Shem and there's the descendants of Ham. You know, they say that the lighter skinned Africans are the descendants of Shem, and then the dark Africans, those are the descendants of Ham.
Look at it. Went and gave a newspaper this thing. 55-year-old Dr. Judah. Hey, Dr. Judah. Yes, Dr. Judah Ibekoronye, who lived in Europe for 30 years, told National News Blast that white people use the Bible to deceive Africans. In a hair-raising chat at his office opposite Idiato, South LGA, the indigene of Imo State in Nigeria Southeast region claimed that he is the Messiah, making references to verses in the Bible, which he described as repeated lies. He added that Africa is the cradle of civilization and the Igbo ethnic group are Jews, an original occupant of Israel.
Oh. Now it makes sense.
Gosh. I don't know what it is. What is the obsession with wanting to be Israelites so bad?
Because in the book, God favors them, God speaks to them, God provides for them, God rescues them, you know, and they feel that if they claim to be that, God's going to save them. But hello, this is no God. That's a Canaanite God. He spoke a Canaanite language, not Igbo. If you think that Igbo people are Hebrew Israelite or Israelites, why don't they have at least some of the customs? right?
Mm.
Why don't they at least, you know, the food? They're busy eating fufu and obono and the gusi. Try and feed that to Israelites. They don't eat that. Afro, today, guess what I found out?
What did you find out?
There was a clip I saw, I'll send it to you, and it spoke about the difference between normal food you buy in the supermarket and kosher food, right? The foods that we buy have got a lot of cancer-causing ingredients, but the kosher food is all natural, healthy ingredients. For example, the Coca-Cola we drink has got that corn syrup, whatever, which is really bad for our health. But the kosher Coke has got cane sugar. The cereal is all natural, plant-based ingredients. And our cereal is just a long list with additives and coloring, and it's horrible. So I'm going to now start eating kosher because it's healthy.
I bet kosher would be more expensive, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if I buy it online, it'll be cheaper.
Okay. Kosher, isn't that a Jewish
Jewish diet? Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because their food is so much healthy. It's got such good ingredients. And we're out here struggling with diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, and everything based off the food that we eat. And you know, all that stuff is addictive. Coca-Cola on its own is so addictive. There's some people that can't go a day without finishing a 2-liter bottle.
Yeah, some people don't drink water at all. They don't drink water. They just drink fizz.
And guess what that will be doing to your body? Honest TV, it's double the price. Maybe to us outsiders, it's double the price. But to them, it's cheaper. But I tell you, it's worth it because the ingredients, my oh my.
Yeah, so look at this. Look at what I saw the other day.
That's a sticker to protect against accidents.
The God, what does it say?
The God who sees me.
Sees me. Yes, the God who sees me.
But that was Hagar's prayer.
They don't know. They don't care. They don't know. They don't care. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. Let me try and get some sleep. I will be back. Hello, everyone. Good night. Good night, Honest TV. RDK has just joined. While it is time for us to go solar education. Hello. All right, people. Good night, everyone. That's all.
Afro, I think you've got a shadow ban just like me. So if I see she can't go anywhere, I'll ask him to look into it.
Okay. Okay.